Power! The Rockwell Lions Club hosts the North Iowa National, presented by Graham Tire and Service Stores. Witness 14 big classes of NTPA ground-pounding excitement. August 3rd through 5th, Thursday, 6 p.m., and Friday and Saturday at noon and 6. Advanced discount tickets available at RockwellIALions.com. Kids 5 and under are free. Get your tickets at the gate. Voted Grand National Pull of the Year 2 years running. See RockwellIALions.com for more. Be there. August 3rd through 5th, prepare yourself for 5 big sessions as we transform Rockwell, Iowa into a playground of power. The Rockwell Lions Club hosts the North Iowa National, presented by Graham Tire and Service Stores. Witness 14 big classes of NTPA ground-pounding excitement. August 3rd through 5th, Thursday, 6 p.m., and Friday and Saturday at noon and 6. Advanced discount tickets available at RockwellIALions.com. Kids 5 and under are free. Get your tickets at the gate. Voted Grand National Pull of the Year 2 years running. See RockwellIALions.com for more. Be there.
All right, welcome everybody to Let's Grow Point. It's Rockwell Week. Joining us, Tim Nearing, the promoter of the Rockwell Iowa Lions North Iowa Nationals this Thursday, August 3rd through Saturday, August 5th. 5 sessions, everybody. Thursday at 6, Friday at noon, Friday at 6, Saturday at noon, Saturday at 6. Charles Poosh, whatever you want to call him. He gets called all kinds of names. One of the best announcers there is in the country, going to be on the mic. He is the voice of the North Iowa Nationals. So this is where I know my role, and I'm going to go into co-host mode, and I'm going to let Charles take over. Tim, great to have you on the show, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to this one. 24 hours ago, I was bombing through central Ohio at illicit speeds, trying to get back home from my last event, and all I can think about is what we're going to do this coming weekend. If you've never been there, you need to go. It's the classic. I'm gonna play on the cliche that's currently popular. You can't do that in a small town. Yes, you can. What the Lions Club there in Rockwell is able to accomplish in the Chamber Acres property in northwest corner of town is unbelievable. It's the most intimate place you can get to. You can get to everybody. You can be in the pit area. You can see everything. The tracks are close. The facilities are nice. The track prep itself is phenomenal. Tim, you guys have built a mecca for pulling, and you keep growing it every single year.
Hey,
yeah,
Charles.
I'll tell you.
Hey,
it's
Tim.
been awesome.
Chase Richardson just texted me. I'm supposed to say, and Full Pull's going to be there too. He wanted a shout out. His feelings are hurt. So, okay, I'm going to go back into mute mode. That was for you, Chase.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Charles, it's 15 years of hard work put in by an amazing group of men and women, not only of our Lions Club, but our local communities and things like that. As you know, it takes hundreds of people to put this on. We got a great group of 12 that are on the main committee that meet year round. And we just keep striving to be better every year.
You guys have elevated the bar this year. You're bringing everybody, all of the GN classes, plus 4.1s. It's not something you just do overnight. As you just mentioned, the years of development that goes into that. When did you guys decide this was a goal? How was it 13 years ago when it started out it started as an outlaw pull and you thought this was maybe where we want to be, or when did that sort of crystallize for you guys?
At first, we were just trying to raise money for the pledge that we did for our new aquatic center. We pledged $250,000, and it's probably year 4, year 5 or something like that. that we realized that this thing was growing and it was possible. And I guess there was a core group of us that had a dream, and we're still chasing it.
Talk about that for a minute. That's a thing. How much you guys have given back to Rockwell? I don't want to insult anyone. City, village, however it's incorporated. How much has gone back into that municipality?
Yeah, so probably a little over $1 million has been given over the last probably 20 years from our club. We work extremely hard, and giving back to the communities and the nonprofit groups is huge for us. And that's what makes, that song, somebody actually wanted to play that at our event, but that's what makes a small town great, is when everybody chips in, works together to get a job done.
You've assembled a team. What has been the secret to keeping the team? I feel like, I've been a part of it for, I think 4 years now. What has been the secret to keeping the core of you guys together? And then beyond that, motivating others to be in those ancillary roles that are no less important, but have to be done.
It's not real hard if you believe in something and you're excited about something. And, above all, listen. Listen to the pullers, listen to the fans, listen to your group, and just come together for the better good of everyone.
Totally fair. So let's go into. I'm going to go into salesman mode for a second about what this event and what you can expect if you get to go to Rockwell. And I would tell you, please make the journey. And that's not just self-serving, because I love the sound of my own voice and want you to hear it. And Darren and Chris would say the same. No, they wouldn't. They would say that what it really is the experience that you get along with this program. It's open pit area. You can mingle with all of the very best in this sport from all the top classes based on what's scheduled to appear. And it's on a very level playing field. It's tight. It's close. You don't have to walk far to get to anything and experience any of it. And when it comes to the tracks, you've got the best in the business building them. Jim Miller is going to do something that's amazing. They're wide, they're flat, they're perfect. They have organics in them. They're cohesive. They'll go back together. You wouldn't see this from the grandstands, but if you get down on the track, and the pullers certainly notice this, both of the sleds will start on just the most slightest ramp to get that easy start. And there's safe space for 400 plus runs. Not that we're advocating for that, but you can do it safely and have that towering pass that the crowd loves and stands and cheers for. The guys, Tim and the guys at Rockwell do everything right. They have listened over the years to what people want, and they're giving it to you. You just got to go there to see it.
Yeah, I tell you, it does take a lot of planning. And, we started out by visiting other tracks, and this is what we think we could do better. And, just like I said, listen to pullers. A model that we've had ever since the beginning was take care of the pullers. Everything else will take care of itself. And we really feel that that's been a big part of our success. Like I said, we've been out to the big pulls, Toma. We've been to Bowling Green, things like that. We learned, we got on the track, we figured out what we had to do. First, we hauled 100 and some loads of clay, and then all of a sudden we're too tight. So then we started hauling in wood shavings and stuff. And I would absolutely put our track against anybody in the nation now. Bill Nearing has been working on the track along with his team, and they're extremely proud. And when it's not perfect, they take it out on themselves.
I would agree with that. And even beyond the track itself, when it comes to the pit area, there's been instances, let's be honest, it's late July, early August in Iowa. Rain can be a thing. And I've seen you guys truck in gravel, truck in wood chips through the pit area to make sure guys can traverse the terrain that they've got to be in or out as the schedule dictates. It's just part of it, and the response level from you guys as promoters to make that happen for them and enhance their experience. It definitely shows.
Yeah, we actually just got done with finishing our pits. We put in another road, and I won't, I guess, say how much it was, but let's just say it was thousands of dollars when you go 8 inches deep, so that those heavy rigs aren't going to sink anywhere, and basically they're on hard surface the whole time. So that helps a lot. We don't want to be having to pull people out in case of a rain or not, but we do invest back into the facility and trying to make it the best facility there is in the nation.
What, in your estimation, I mean, you're the promoter, so you're the guy. So what's the secret sauce? What's the thing that you would say to the prospective customer, the prospective fan that's going to come out there? What's the thing that Rockwell does their best that you want them to notice that you see?
Yeah, I guess first I would say is, yes, I'm part of a team that's the promoting this event, but I have 40 some other people in it that help us out. I'm just one of the team members, but what really separates, I think, for us is the hospitality, a small town hospitality. Everybody feels welcome when they're here. We'll bend over backwards if someone needs help with anything. Another neat thing about our event is all of our vendors are nonprofit groups, the church groups, the
Yes.
dance teams, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the list goes on and on, the football team. I mean, we absolutely have zero they're all nonprofit groups that are working this event and making money for their causes, which I think is really special and something different. You know, the food is amazing and it's all homemade, and I mean, if you go away hungry from this event, you didn't come to eat.
Fair point, and I can vouch for that. I've ate my fair share. And you're right, too. You know, like the 50-50 is, you know, the cheer teams out there, the local football team, they're out there doing it and trying to make something happen, and it all goes right back into this community. And it's the buildup that is so impressive to me. How many people? What's population in Rockwell, Iowa?
Just under 1,000. So
okay, you can't. If you've got excuses, you can't pull this off wherever you are, and I don't care where you are. A community of 1,000 people does this. There's no excuses. You've just got to buckle down and make it happen, and believe in each other and trust in each other as to what can happen and the magic that can take place. So Tim, you've been a part of it from the beginning, right?
I have, yep.
So take the hat off of Tim Neuring today and put it on from 10 years ago. What would you have told yourself 10 years ago, knowing now what you know, that you could have done differently back then?
To be honest, we've been awful lucky. I mean, everything's pretty much went good for us. But we've made mistakes, of course, and if anybody's been around, I think we've moved our border fences like 4 times to make it bigger. The biggest thing for us is that 6-7 years ago, we invested in ourselves and we didn't want to get landlocked. So we bought 80 acres of ground, stuck our necks out, put our names on it, and we have so much room to grow now. A lot of places can't say that, So, like I said, we've been lucky. 2020, we really stuck our necks out, and I feel that it probably took us to the next level, put us on the map of nationally wise. It could have went bad, I know that, but it really went amazing, and it's just taken off from there. I mean, I don't even know how far this thing can go, but it's amazing right now.
2020, I think, did put you guys on the map. It was special to be a part of it. It was the only Grand National there was. And there's guys who still today, like, they brag about 2020. I was the Grand National champ because I won the Rockwell. Like, I did it. And you guys made that happen. It was a cool environment. It pulled everybody together. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen a week from now, not less than a week from now. Now, I'm a bit frazzled. I'll admit. I'll be calm. I'll be collected. I'll be ready. Come Thursday, I'll have my stuff together. But right now, I'm like overwhelmed. It's going to be cool.
Well, we haven't mentioned yet that this poll has been voted the NTPA Grand National Poll in 2021 and 2022. And Charles, I'm not like an NTPA crazy historian, but Jason Skillen's watching. I don't know how many back-to-back Grand National Poll of years there have been. And that's something really, really cool. I mean, Tim was shocked when they won it last year. I happened to be sitting at the table with them just by chance. And when they won their award, it was pretty neat that they got to do that and, go up there with the team. And who was out there? Was Brad out there with you? And Bill was with you, Tim?
Yeah, Brad and Bill was with me.
Yep. So, and Graham Tire is a title sponsor. I know I've had that poster up there a couple times on the screen, but I made this collage from a bunch of photos that Ryan took and Brett Yarin took, and a bunch of people have took over the years from Rockwell. It's a special place. It truly is. I got a chance to stop by there on my way home yesterday from Western Iowa, and I did a live with Bill. We walked through. Charles and Cody's on here now, and Tim, I know you weren't around, so Bill did that with me. But it was crazy to walk the pits as it was empty. There was just a couple people there messing with water tanks, and knowing in a couple of days that's going to be the NTPA home for 3 days of one of the biggest polls, not only in the state of Iowa, but in the country. It's pretty neat, pretty exciting. And it's nice to see that it's not going to be, I'm not going to need to go to Menards to get my baby powder again. The weather actually looks halfway favorable for this weekend. So that's exciting.
Shush.
Oh, sorry, Charles.
This is 2023. We are not talking about weather.
Yeah, Jason, and you should see it now. There's over 30 people was there at 5:30 tonight. All the tents are put up, all the crowd controls there. Something different. Our pit area, I think, is second to none. We got lines drawn out, so every pit is drawn out, and so we're ready to go. I mean, I always say it's putting lipstick on a pig, and that's the point we are now, is just putting the final touches and ready to go.
Yeah,
you guys are better than that. Give yourself a pat on the back. You're better than that.
Tim's pretty humble, as we all know. How many people attend? If there isn't any place to sit, do all the grandstands hold about 5,000 total? Tim, would you say?
Yep.
Per session.
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm going to assume we'll be right around 12,000 for the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be the first to say, having looked out over it, if the stands hold 5,000, that is not the totality of the people on the property. There's people everywhere. They'll be behind the stands, in the concessions, and I don't care. You can name your favorite class that everybody gets up to go get a hot dog from. No, the concession lines are the same the whole time, and the pits are full the same time. If the stands hold 5,000, there's probably 7 there.
Russ Dostal, super fan. It's a destination poll for fun, no matter where you live. Russ lives in Pierce, Nebraska. He's coming out. He brought some friends with him last year. Wyatt Schulte says, and I'm just going to read this because Tim, whatever, but it's a better poll in the state of Iowa with the name of the Rock in it. That's just a segue into, so glad that Rock Valley, one of the biggest outlaw polls, and Rockwell, one of the biggest NTPA polls, got off their date. 2 different shows. Tim, you came out to Rock Valley this year. We went out and had lunch in between sessions Saturday afternoon. It was great to see you there. Full poll got you up on stage, and we talked about Rockwell. Of course, Full poll will be there with you this weekend with a big announcement rolling out. We're going to talk about it later tonight. But everybody that enters into Full poll gets a chance to drive the super modified 2-wheel drive truck at Bowling Green. So they're going to roll it out in Rockwell. So that's pretty exciting for all the fans that are coming out to see you, and the people that play online as well, Tim. So pretty excited to have. There'll be a lot of stuff going on. Todd Dugan, Angry Farmer, has been sharing a lot of posts. I feel like Todd is really, really a big part of what you got going on there.
Yes.
Tim, every year. So
yeah, he sure is. And it's amazing, but over 15 years, we've yet to lose a sponsor. That doesn't happen everywhere, and most of them keep increasing their support. And you couldn't do it without the sponsors. We all know that. I mean, it takes a lot to put on a pole the size that this is.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. Charles, I will never forget 2020 with Phil and the vets out on the track. What a sight that was. I get a lot of comments, guys, in the comment section here about that.
And that's the thing. So for me, Darren and Chris, like we have this super healthy respect for our veterans. One of the particular events that my late partner Andrew and I started back here at home comes in September, where it's a benefit pool for our local American Legion. We were not veterans, but we're Sons of the Legion. That's our membership in it. And for me, Chris and Darren, we're not veterans ourselves, but that piece of the program matters a lot to us. And I don't know if Phil's going to participate for that part on Saturday again this year. And we certainly welcome him to do that, because we couldn't do it the justice that he does. Really, really appreciate that part of Saturday night there at Rockwell. And if Phil, if you're paying attention and you thought you had doubts about doing it, I'm inviting you flat out. Come do that part of the introduction on Saturday night and the invocation. I think it's really special, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're going to make it even better this year. I've been trying for a few years now to get the River City Barbershop Chorus to sing some songs, and they're going to do 3 songs for us. They're going to do the Veterans Medley, or the Armed Forces Medley. They got over 30 some people going to come to sing, and Phil is going to take part of it. And it's tell you what, it just makes my hair on my arms rise when we do that. It's going to be very, very special, and we want all the veterans to come out on the track and celebrate that with us. It's part of our show. We really think that that's when our show starts on Saturday night, is when you see those men and women that gave for our country. What a great thing it is to honor them that way, and we're also this year, we're doing something different. We're going to give back to families. Saturday afternoon session is going to be Family Day. Kids 13 and under are going to be free admission. So we want the kids to get out there, the next generation, to be able to afford and be able to come join us and have fun.
Awesome. Real quick, Tim, before we let you go, if I'm just watching the show tonight and I still want a campsite, what do I do?
So you just go online to rockwellialions.com, and there's a prompt there to go to the tractor pull, and there's sites still available. Last I knew, I think there was like 82 that are reserved so far out of 100 and some. So we're sitting good. I think we're going to fill up, and man, I'll tell you what, I ain't had time to really do much else other than answer the phone. They're calling. I can't believe how many first-timers are calling this year. I don't know if it's the weather or so many of these other polls have been rained out. They're just anxious, and I tell you what, we're ready to host them. We are so excited.
I love it. Tim, I'll be there Thursday. Charles will be there Thursday. It's going to be exciting. So
thanks for all you guys do, and we look forward to seeing you.
All right, Tim. Take care, buddy.
Thank you, Tim.
You bet.
Good job, Charles. Cody, how are you?
I'm good. Tired.
Yep, you have such a pretty face for being a photo guy, Cody, for being a button pusher. So it makes me smile. Makes me smile. Guys, we're going to jump to – go ahead, Cody.
I was going to say I'm sad. That's an event I want to get to, but
you got McLeod.
I know. Well,
there's only so much. That's what sucks, guys. I hate the competition between big events. It pisses me off, honestly. You hear people say stuff, and
it's annoying.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? It's part of it. It's just the world we're in. Like there's only so many places that can go around, right?
I mean, I work for the Outlaws and I work for the NTPA, and that's where you see me. But PPL has so many great events, and that's just how it goes.
If they're like 12 hours away, you're like, no, that's not a big deal, But when they're somewhat close to home, it's kind of sad. So
Try being a drag race announcer also. Yeah, I can't be everywhere. I want to be.
We're gonna we got a big show lined up for you tonight. That was Tim Nearing, obviously from Rockwell, Iowa. Gonna talk about Utica, Wisconsin next, a big Badger State poll, and then at 8:40 we're gonna talk about Oshkosh, Wisconsin. 9 o'clock we're gonna talk to Bill Petrie you got coming on, right, Cody?
Yep.
To talk about McClough, Kansas. That's a 2-day show now, right? First time.
Right. Yep.
And then 9:20 we're gonna have Chase or OJ come on from Full Pull and talk about the whole Bowling Green Full Pull fan experience, where everybody that I think, and I will let OJ talk about, but everybody that enters the game, guys, gets their name thrown into for a hat to drive the two-wheel drive truck in Bowling Green. I mean, do you want to talk about that?
Wait, hold on. Say that again?
Yeah. So they're going to let somebody drive the full pull truck at Bowling Green.
And what do we have to do to win?
Yeah, Charles, do you have a helmet?
Do I? You guys know this by now. I'm well equipped.
Yeah, 3 seconds. It'll be there in the photo right there.
Yeah. So anyway, but OJ will come on. He's the full timer at Full Pull. He'll jump on at 9:30 Central Standard Time there. So if you joined down and dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, you talked to JJ and John before. Everybody knows JJ he's the laser guy for Clint Tucker at the Midwest Winter Nationals. JJ is always the big spot up there that you aim for with your tractor. Bausma tried to hit you that one year. They've thrown wheels at him. They've thrown what else is blown up at Clint's
An entire engine.
The entire engine, everything. But Utica is the place, guys, with the cornfield for the whole world out there, with the cornfield at the end, and they pull into the cornfield. So that's Utica. So
you still got the video from earlier?
Yep, I'll bring it up. So you start talking. Let me go find some video, okay?
So Utica Fest this weekend, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, 3-day event. It's on the corner of County Highway W and County Highway B, in between Stoughton and Cambridge. There's maybe 175 people, probably not even that for the population here, and they'll quadruple it easily, over the weekend. There's thousands of people come here. It's a great event. Saturday afternoon, about 1 o'clock, going to be Badger State Tractor Pullers. We're going to have Super Farm, Hot Farm, 3.6 diesel trucks. What else is on the list here? Light Pro Stock, Light Limited Super Stocks. Be a great event starting at 1 o'clock. After that, there'll be the Tri-County Pullers, Modified Mini Rods, and the band Cherry Pie in the beer tent. There's horse pulling Friday night, band in the beer tent. Then on Sunday, we start all over again. Badger Truck Pullers, South Central Tractor Pullers, Pullers Incorporated to be Super Farms here again on Sunday. Hot Farm, Pro Farm, naturally aspirated Super Stock Trucks, Open Stock Trucks. I don't know what else is here for Badger Trucks.
I think there's a diesel class too.
There's a diesel class 2 here. So great event all weekend. It's a lot of fun. Come on out. Free to get in here. There's no entry to pay to get in. It's free. Well, the Utica Association asks is that you come hungry, come thirsty. Buy the food and drinks here on the grounds. That's what pays for all the truck and tractor pulling all weekend long. We'd like to thank Nutrient Ag out of Ag Solutions. I believe that's out of Janesville. Pioneer Seed Corn, Dave Smith Back Agency. J&M Displays, Melton Motors.
There's a big list.
A whole bunch of them that help out. So here's my brother's 3.6 truck here a couple years ago. This video, and Jason said there's 1.2 million views already. But so on Sunday, of Utica Festival, there's an open diesel class. So my brother brought it out, had me get in the seat, and so it's the first time I ever drove it. It was right here. It was actually took me 2 shots to get the clutch out to get her going. They are tricky to drive, but we drove her and got her in the corner. I thank them for that. It was a lot of fun.
So yeah, with the mini rod, John, you don't build boost, you just smash it. With diesel trucks, you got to build more boost.
The mini rod still builds boost, but in a little different way. Yeah.
Right, my bad. I said that wrong. Charles is probably shaking his head at me. So here's if I could define Utica, what makes Utica special in 31 seconds, it looks like this.
There's
Cat
your-
eye sounds like they're coming, set it on fire. I don't know how else to react.
There is a Cummins in there, yep. Shy Diesel Cummins with a billet block in there. Yep.
Just got to bust with you guys.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
2-cylinder delete mods work.
That one's deleted. Yeah, that's definitely deleted.
8 greater than 6. Just saying. Do the math. Everybody in fourth grade knows this.
Yep. So
8 and a V, never mind.
yeah.
Yeah, you're darn right I do. I've got kids, man. That's 5 minutes that I get to myself. Thank you very much.
So JJ runs the track here and is the vice president of the Utica Association, and I kind of help fill out where I can and announce for Badger State and help with a little bit of the announcing through the weekend and help build the track, and we have a lot of fun, a lot of great pulling going on here. So come on out to Utica Fest for those that are in the area.
Yeah, it's a full weekend.
Horse pulls, old school horse pulls on Friday night will pack the house. It's been a tradition here at Utica Festival ever since I remember, from the 70s. So it's pretty awesome.
I'm just trying to figure out my echo again. We had it earlier, John. Now it's back. Oh, now it's gone. Stanley, you're my echo guy tonight. So
Am I?
yeah, must be when you put it on whatchamajig.
Usually I run my speaker before it hasn't bothered it because it can hardly hear you through my phone, but I'm going to blame JJ this time, and you can fight with him next time you see him because he'll remember it.
Yeah, I told you, I don't like to fight with guys bigger than me. That's why Bruce and JJ, they just get to say what they want, and I try to smile and just walk away and not get beat up. So it's all good.
Yeah, I messed with him one night. I'm still alive.
Yeah. Only because you outran him.
No.
Because you outran him.
No. The only fight I lost, Schultz, is when I slipped going around the corner.
Utica, Wisconsin, again, just south of Madison, everybody, just north of Janesville, down in that southeast corner of Wisconsin. Free admission. Honest to God, it's a hoot. It's a blast. And Ryan Zolik said it earlier on Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. You literally see every single pulling class there. They won't have any 5-engine mods like we'll see in Rockwell with Billy Beers and the War Wagon and Bauer with cross-threaded, but it's pretty awesome. There's spectator trucks on Sunday, Badger State Saturday afternoon, the Tri-County mini rods, which John competes in with Chicken on the Chain, Saturday after the Badger State pull. What do you have Saturday night? Is that PI, or what do you got, JJ, Saturday night?
Saturday night would be Tri-County mini rods.
Okay, gotcha. And then Friday night's the horse pull. Do they still do ball tournaments and stuff next door?
Yep, ball tournaments. There's a bag tournament Friday night and ball tournaments Saturday and Sunday.
Awesome. It is a absolute hoot. Absolute hoot. Again, free admission. They just no carry-ins. The profit is the beer and the soda. And there's a lot of beer sold in Utica. So is the official name Utica Cornfest, JJ?
What was that?
Is it Utica Cornfest? Is that the actual name of this event?
No, it should be. Oh.
That's what I thought. So, well, isn't everybody knows the Bleeding Green Super Farm Smithback, David Smithback's behind all this. His Pioneer Company's probably the biggest sponsor, I can safely say, JJ.
Yep.
So, right behind the John Stranley Foundation, right, John? So
Yeah. Foundation, it's about an empty box of beer.
it's all good.
So JJ, in order to call it a successful weekend, how many locals have to donate their drive shafts or sacrifice drive shafts on Sunday?
I'm gonna say we normally get probably 10 in one day.
11 is your normal average in this area.
Perfect.
We're hard.
OJ, that should be a prop bet. How many drive shafts get sacrificed? And John, how's Kristen?
Kristen's not doing so good. She's in UW hospital. She's been there for 15 days again. We were up there visiting her down here tonight, and things ain't been going so good for her. She's been in there a lot here last 2 months, and she's fighting like hell, but she's in a lot of pain and having a hard time. But thank everybody that always sends prayers and messages. We appreciate all that. Everybody from the pulling community, thank you.
John, is there anything practical that any of us can do from, whatever distance away it is, or for anybody who's local? Is there anything that you need help with?
Not right now.
Don't be too proud to ask, man. This, we are all here for you. We all love you.
Thank you. Not right now. We're okay right now, but thank you very much.
You've got my number. If you need anything, you call, okay? Please.
Appreciate it.
And I will hopefully see you next weekend.
Hopefully, if things go good, I can be in Hillsboro. I'll be there, but I have to see how she's doing. If she's not
she's priority, man.
Making the trek, but I hope to be in Hillsboro, standing next to Don Salama there Saturday night for the opening ceremonies.
Awesome.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. JJ, Strandman, love you guys. Have a great weekend in Utica, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk to Glenn from Oshkosh. Okay.
You guys.
Thanks
for coming on. Making the Badger State rounds tonight, guys. So Glenn Bartles has been pulling a long time. The Winnebago County Fair up there, kind of by Mackville. I think we've talked about Mackville before, guys. A gigantic Badger State PPL combo pull in Northeast Wisconsin, and Oshkosh is part of the Fox River Valley, guys, kind of where it all starts. It goes Oshkosh, Appleton, Green Bay, right up there in that northeast corner, and it's a huge population. And the Winnebago County Fair, I've had a chance to announce up there a couple of times, and it's free grandstand. You just pay to get on the grounds, and they have a big Friday night pull, and Badger State will be up there this Friday, and I think they run a couple NEW, which is Northeast Wisconsin classes as well. So I'm going to bring Glenn on, and Glenn's going to tell us about his event. Glenn, how are you, sir?
Good. Yourself?
Good to see you again. I mean, it's been a couple minutes at least. So
right, half hour, whatever.
Yep. So let's talk about. I'm gonna put your flyer up there on the screen, and then let's talk about your event. So Winnebago County Fair, guys. Again, I just have the Badger State classes. Sorry, because that's what we've been promoting for Glenn. But it starts at 7 p.m. 466 Hot Farm, 9,300 pound Super Farm, light pros, light limited super stocks, and pro stock diesel trucks this Friday night. At the Sunnyview Exposition Center, right off of 41, the main interstate up there, and you guys just get a gigantic crowd. Glenn, let's talk about your event this weekend or this Friday night.
Yeah, it's pretty easy access off of 41 and on 45 there, and nice entrance and pretty easy to get in, and it's nice and dry this year, so nobody's getting stuck in the clay, so that's a good thing.
Yep. 100% agreed with that. So who are some of the people that helped? First of all, what's the history of pulling up in Oshkosh? How long you been doing it?
It used to go on at the old fairgrounds. It's been going on there since the 60s. And our fire department actually used to host a pull in the summer. And of course, they had a tiff with Wisconsin tractor pullers. There's a surprise. And that left, and it went to Toma, Wisconsin. And there you've got the history of Toma. It's kind of a sad deal for me. It's my local volunteer fire department that chased them off, and we all see what that event became. That could have been us. It's kind of, whether we could have made that happen here, I have no idea, but you sure would have liked to have tried.
Found out.
Because the old facility was a great facility also, but of course they moved it out of town, and we landed where we are, and it's been quite a process, as we talked about before, getting off of the racetrack and on to where we are now, which has turned out to be a good thing. It's a lot of heartburn with that whole deal, but it turned out well for the pullers and pulling fans. It's turned out to be a good thing.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. We talked about that on the Badger State show last hour with the fairgrounds, and Charles sees it way more than the rest of us as an announcer. One night's a rodeo, one night's a demo derby, one night's a truck and tractor pull, and very few places have the ability to really separate those, Glenn. And I was up there in the earlier years, with Badger State. Not earlier years for my polling career, like in 10 and 11, and I got my hot farm in 13. We got our only Badger State win up there on your track, down there at the hot farm. I got a big trophy from you in my basement, so I appreciate that, Glenn.
Right.
Yeah.
I've still got a nephew that talks about that, sitting on that tractor in your trailer that night as a younger. He helped us, and he was helping hook tractors that night. And when we were over there talking to you, and you let him in there and fit on that tractor, and he's a grown adult now, and he still talks about that. So when you talk about that on your shows and that, and talk to pullers about, talk to kids and get them involved and chat with them. Yeah, you're 100% correct. It makes a big difference.
Yep.
To those kids. I mean, Brandon still talks about that, and he's 26 years old or whatever now, 25, whatever.
No, I was announcing that night. Brent Gaffney was driving the tractor, and I think we had a later hook in the class, and our friend Jamie Lars helped kind of spot the sled, and he ran that right side. And when I saw the distance, I about jumped out of that window. It would have been a long fall, but I was so excited that because that Badger State Hot Farm class is still super competitive, and it was back then too. There's always 15 to 20 of us, and you could do not a darn thing wrong and get last place pretty easy, Glenn, if you weren't careful. So definitely tough competition. Right. I was impressed by the crowd, Glenn. I mean, there's probably 9,000 people. I don't know. I don't remember how big they were, but gigantic grandstands, and it was just packed. And it's so fun as an announcer and as a puller. I think if you said to a puller, would you rather pull for 10 grand or pull in front of a big crowd? I think honestly, they'd probably say, I'd like to just pull in front of a big crowd, because nothing's better in the world, Glenn, than a really excitable crowd that makes a lot of noise and engages with the pullers. If they see something good, they make some noise. That's just my thought. So.
And you guys doing a good job of announcing. That's huge. You guys get the crowd involved and get them really excited, and that's part of it also. Besides the awesome show that you put on, that's part of it too. You get that crowd excited to be there, happy to be there. That sure helps.
It does. Glenn, one thing that we talk about a lot, and Ryan, I don't know if Ryan's mixing up a bourbon or not, but he likes to really get into with promoters on what makes a pull great. And you've been doing this a long time, Glenn, and you go to a lot of pulls. You're a pulling fan. What are some, if Ryan would say it like this: if you were a brand new promoter, what are the top three things what are the most important three things, or top three things that a promoter needs to do or plan for or think about when planning to put on a truck and tractor pull? What are the three things that really have made Oshkosh, I guess, stand the test of time, if you will, because you guys have been doing this for a long time and been through a lot of crap, a lot of different associations and fighting with the racetrack where the pulling track goes, and they don't want the racetrack messed up. And there's a lot of drama, and you guys have stuck with it.
Right. You've got to get things right for the competitors, and you've got to make it fan friendly. Those are the first two things, and then you've got to try and promote it. And promoting it's important, but if you can't make it fan friendly and you can't make it puller friendly, well, then it don't matter what you do.
Right.
If you can't get to come and compete, because they hate the place, well, you don't have much for the fans to come and see. And so it's, they kind of all go hand in hand to, get it to all work together. And then it don't hurt to give them a deal. That's worked for there's so many people that or there's a pretty good group trying to chase that away from this facility. But I think the carnival that this fair board is working with for a couple of years, they were wanting to go a different route. And last year they said, no, let's just keep it like this. We kind of like this. So they thought they could slow things down and keep their carnival rides a little slower. And last year they kind of turned a corner and are pretty happy.
What is your involvement with the actual fair, Glenn, itself? Do you just do with the pole? Are you on the fair board or?
No, my wife and I are both, we each did, I guess I did 12 years on the fair board, and then I've just been helping out after that. And she did a bunch of years after I got off. And now we just sort of step in and help out without having to be at all the meetings and just kind of do whatever they need and enjoy helping out with the pole, being that we work kind of, myself and a guy that used to pull light super stock way back in the day by the name of Rich Gard. We worked pretty to get this thing going, and sure hate to see it stumble. So it makes it kind of easy to, keep helping out with it. So
Yeah, no, a ton of work has gone into this over the years, Glenn, to keep it going. So
right, and you get now we've got a bunch of young guys that are have an interest and they care about the track. And I saw one of them Sunday when we were out there, and he was all excited how the plant and the rye has worked, and just how it's holding the moisture and just getting that, how that haul, everybody kind of looked at me like, I just lit my hair on fire when I mentioned that. And the Parks Department bought into it because they don't have to worry about when they have their music events, people walking through the dirt and tracking mud around if it rains. It's like, no, you just keep mowing it. It's just another lawn. Don't worry about it. It's perfect. And it worked out for them. So, now everybody's bought into it, and you just go work it up now.
yep.
So it's perfect for us. You're putting that organic matter in, and it's a win-win.
Sure is. Colin Burkholz, one of the light pros, is watching. He said, should have a great class of light pros, including Plotz is the big one. That's a former 4.1 limited pro. Jeremy built a new chassis. I got to see him last week at an Outlaw Hook. I forget what town I was in, but that thing's running awesome. He got a win right away with it. I think at Rock Valley. Cody, Ryan, do you remember? Where'd Ryan go?
Yeah, he won Rock Valley.
Okay, did I lose Ryan? No, I didn't lose Ryan. I don't think I did. But anyway, I did. Where is Roos? What the heck? Anyway, keep talking. Sorry, guys. So, Ryan, can you see you? I can't see you. Where'd you go?
No, I can't see me either.
Okay. That's not on purpose. So, shoot. But yeah, the light pros are going to put on an awesome show, because if they can get a hold of that clay up there, which they haven't been able to in the past, and Colin said good things about it. I know that first year he put the new clay in, I know it was pretty tough, Glenn, but since then I feel like it's really, you guys have loosened it up and they're hooking up to it, having some fun.
Yeah, they've added, they've been able to add some topsoil to it twice now, and got it mixed in and getting the stones picked up out of it, and it's really coming around. So hopefully this year will be better yet.
It's crazy how hard we work for 1 or 2 nights a year. You know what I mean? It's insane the amount of work that goes in to put on a truck and tractor pull, but we sure do it, and we love it. And it helps when you got local pullers and somebody like yourself with some pulling background to help make it all go together. So what are some of your fondest memories over the years of just the Winnebago County Fair and your hometown fair and putting on a good show?
Well, as we kept messing around and making horsepower with our own tractors, we used to get my wife to drive.
Ooh.
And that was always exciting. She would drive that farm tractor that, we named it, affectionately named the Heartbreaker, because I'd go out and, you kind of had guys covered and then you'd end up losing. And so we put a name on it. Well, then she started bringing it out to the county fair and stepping on everybody. And the crowd, as you said, the crowd would go wild. That girl whipping everybody, that kind of erupted the grandstand. That was always a lot of fun. And now she's got a granddaughter that drove down at Fond du Lac, and you kind of got that same racket out of the grandstand. That's kind of, so I think we're going to try and get grandma back on the track this week here.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Make more of that. It's just good stuff.
Do you what was I gonna say? Do you what are the NEW classes that pull before Badger State?
I think we have got a limited 7,000 pound limited hot farm, and the 12,000 pro farm, and a semi class, I believe is what we have coming from those guys.
Awesome.
Yep. Should be there might be a diesel truck class too.
Cool. So it's gonna be a full night of pulling.
Yep. Should be pretty great night. Yeah, they start a half hour before. Get that knocked out, and it usually blends together pretty good, and we get her done and everybody gets out of there by 10 o'clock, and beautiful night of pulling.
No, it's going to be a blast. It is going to be a blast. So, any sponsors, any other people on your floor? Is this the famous Glenn Bartles? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
They spelled your name wrong though, Glenn. Don't you have an H in there?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Don't you have an H in there? So
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got all the equipment, people that bring, borrow us equipment. We have as I mentioned, Spiegelberg's, Powell Farms, Palmer Farms, Wires Equipment, Waupun Equipment, Roger Baum from Mackville up there. He borrows us, as we talked about before, the Mackville Nationals. So they borrow us some stuff. So it's Brighton Acres at Wedding Venue. They support us financially. So it's a pretty big deal, for us anyway. Works good without those sponsors, it without the help of everybody, it don't work near as well.
yeah, I understand.
But guys
completely.
like you don't have those great trophies to collect dust.
No, I don't have many pulling trophies, so that does not collect dust. It gets cleaned off. So it's all good. It is all good. Well, Glenn, thank you for joining us tonight. We're excited for you. Thanks you for supporting the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Again, guys, everybody, Northeast Wisconsin, it's a heck of a good pull. Good track, great place to watch a pull. Free grandstand. You just pay to get on the grounds, and then you can go out and ride the Ferris wheel if you want to. It's a big fair. It's definitely county fair season. We're really in the busiest, couple weeks of the entire summer for all the county fairs. Glenn, thank you for not giving up on pulling in Oshkosh at the Winnebago County Fair, and continue to support it and making sure things are going good. And it's exciting to hear that you got the next generation helping out, building the track and doing all the things they love and enjoy. So
Thank you.
Awesome. Have a good night, Glenn.
You too. Thanks.
Charles, you don't have to stay on the whole night. You said if you didn't want to. So
no, I'm good at this point.
Okay.
I'm in.
Cody and Ryan are going to run the next segment anyway. They're heading out to McLeod, Kansas to Bill Petrie. Just a freaking awesome pull. We talk about hospitality a lot. I've experienced it. I've experienced the Chapel Hill hospitality. I experienced some hospitality in Wayne, Nebraska last weekend. Everywhere, Lamar's, Iowa. Roos, I finally got the pork chop and a glove. It was stupid good. Good. I don't know if I've told you about that. Up there in Lamar's, for $6 they give you almost like a glove that they hand you a pork chop and the glove, and you just eat it right off the bone. I'll send you a picture. It's really, really good. Really, really good. So Bill Petrie, without further ado, Cody, you sent me a poster, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go find that. Bill, how are you, buddy?
You're going to have to unmute yourself there, Bill.
I can't do it. Bill will have to do it. I can't do it, Cody.
I'm here. I'm trying to get in better phone coverage. For some reason, it's not coming in tonight.
because you live in Kansas, Petrie. So
He talked about maybe doing it from the track. So looks like he's at home tonight.
Not sure that the track would be much better in the way of reception.
He actually said he's got good reception up there. The internet, he said
Go back.
they don't have the internet hooked up yet, but
Yeah, are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yep, we're here.
Yep.
Hey, sorry about that. We don't have our internet hooked up at the track yet, and we're kind of struggling here to get good phone coverage tonight. So thanks for having us on.
Kansas Summer Nationals is Friday, Saturday. This is the first time, Bill, this has been a 2-day event for you, bud?
Well, I'm sorry, Jason. We're struggling here on coverage.
That's okay. I'm going to get the poster up, Cody, on the screen.
In answer to your question, Jason, yes, this is the first time it's been a 2-year show. Or
Okay,
a 2-day
gotcha.
show.
Gotcha.
There, does that work better?
That works a lot better. We can hear you.
Right on. I had to step out on the porch.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for having us on tonight. I appreciate that.
No, it's great. This is an awesome event. I got to participate there the last couple of years with the 4-1, and it's a great time. I got the wrong banner on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to shut up. Cody Ryan, take over, please.
So Jason had asked Bill if this is the first year that doing a 2-year event type of thing. So talk about the classes each night and what's going to kind of happen throughout both nights now.
Yeah, we've had a one night. Well, back in the '90s, when it was an NTPA event, we had a 2-night show, and my uncle's he put on that show, and it was all the same people helping. But since then, we've just been a 1-night show, and we wanted to get back onto a 2-night schedule because you get to get more classes, and fans can come from farther away to see everything. So the schedule finally fell in place, and we were able to add a second night back.
Well, good. I had heard a little bit that where the food tent for the pullers is going to be more seating. I know you guys changed a lot of stuff year after year, but after knowing last year being a lot of standing room only, that you made some changes to some seating down there.
We did. We were just overrun with people in the VIP area when we first started doing that. About 8 or 9 years ago, we fed all the pullers and their teams, plus about 230 or 40 sponsors. And this year we're up to, a 2-day show. So we're going to have more pullers there. Plus our sponsor list has grown to about 600. So we just plain ran out of space. So what we did is expanded the pad side. We doubled the size of it. We were able to move the tent back. And then we'll put more seating up front, more room for our sponsors to move around and have a good seat. So that's all done. The tent went up tonight, and we're pretty excited.
Bill, don't you sell don't some of the people get a meal in that VIP section? Do you do that, Bill?
Yeah, we do. On Friday night with the 2-night show, everybody's going to be getting off work. So we're just going to have the sponsor set in there, and we're going to provide water and snacks. And then on Saturday night, we feed a full catered meal to all the pullers, all the sponsors, so they'll be able to come through. It'll be pulled pork. We have the best barbecue crew in the country that makes all the pulled pork for us. And then we'll do, I think they smoked 150 of them on Saturday. And I think that's almost 3/4 of a ton of pork, if I heard that correct. And then we'll have hot dogs and hamburgers for the kids and everything as well. So the sponsors get that full catered meal. Jason, you've been able to have that meal. Ryan and Cody have too. So we want to treat the pullers, the promoters, the pullers and sponsors like royalty, because they help us put this on, and we want to actually give them something for that. So we enjoy putting that on. They'll feed about 800 or 900 people just in that tent area on Saturday night alone, and that doesn't count everybody out in the GA area.
The other
You
thing
still
that's
there?
kind of unique. Yep, we're still here. There's a little pause there.
Yep.
The other thing that's kind of unique down at McLouth is, you do use a steam engine to scratch the track, and they have some other events that go on there that's kind of neat to see that, because as far as I know, that's one of the only ones west of Mississippi, isn't it, Ryan? That
Yes.
tracks the track with a steam engine.
Yeah, so I don't know who else does it, but we have the pull at the steam engine grounds, and actually the McLeod Thrashing Bee Association is who puts it on, and we always start the pull with the steam engine. Either one of our owners will have one there, or we'll have some friends that have them as well that'll come over to do it. They'll bring it halfway down the track for the national anthem and pull the sled, and then we move on with the show from there. So it's a tradition that we love to do.
I got a picture of the steam engine up there from Vanderholm Media right now on the page. So got to flip through some of the photos while we're talking with you here. This is from last year, right, Cody? Yeah, it looks like it. So,
yep.
Huge grandstand, just a blast. The crowd really gets into it. It's an awesome place to pull. Awesome.
And that's a crowd with like 120 degrees heat index, because it was miserable.
Yeah, that was definitely a stop at Menards to get baby powder type of a night last year. So.
Yeah, it was horribly hot. And this year we're looking at temps in the mid to upper 80s during the day and down in the 60s in the evening. So weather's going to be our friend. I think we're going to be at capacity on both nights, because weather's going to be much more comfortable for us.
No, the heat's hard, Bill, on people. I mean, we saw it last week at a couple different events, and I get it. I mean, you just don't want to. There's no reason to go out. But I'm telling you, still that place looked really full last year. I mean, there might have been one or two empty spots, but there weren't many, Bill. So
it was down a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty full. We were all very happy for, as hot as it was, that we had as many people come to it as we did. And I think this year, with the overwhelming support we've had with going to a 2-day event, I think we're going to have a great crowd. Weather's going to cooperate, and I think we're going to have a good show.
it's a heck of a good track too for pullers that maybe haven't been there. You know, they're concerned. You're not throwing it in your sand track gear, if you know what I'm saying. You're making it work there at the ground.
That's right. We work on that track. I wouldn't say all year, but we do a lot of the prep work in the fall, and then we kind of take care of it in the spring. And we want to make sure that you're not going to use your proud gear. We want to make you strain a little bit.
Well, it works. I can tell you that myself. So.
Yeah. So we've been doing this since 1966. So it has to be one of the oldest tracks west of the Mississippi that's continuous. So I think that should put us right up there. We've had various associations, been with PPL, Nebraska Bush, and Missouri State in a combination for the last several years. I think this is our 9th or 10th year doing it that way. So great group to work with, and we love having everybody come and pull with us. We don't care what association you're with. We'd love to host you and have you there.
Yeah, there's good pit parking on both sides of the road too. So I mean, you got it all. You got it all.
We've got shade to the south, and it's got a nice breeze there. Or you get up on top where the Pro Mod trucks park, and nice breeze and a great view from up there. So we've got everything.
Last year was the first year for the modified 4-wheel drive Champions Tour, correct?
That's correct. And this year they'll be there both nights, Friday and Saturday. And actually, the Pro Mod Champions Tour champion will be crowned at McLouth, because it's down to the last 2 hooks of the year for them are at McLouth. So we get to crown a champion this year. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Guessing Jimmy Bosch is in the running like usual.
I believe he is. Yeah, he had a good weekend. He won both nights at Council Bluffs and Atlantic, Iowa on the Western Series. So he's having a great year.
Yeah,
we're talking 4x4 mods, right, guys? Let's see.
Yeah. Pro Mod 4x4s. Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking for points. Sorry, guys.
No, that's okay.
Remind me what. Well, usually I don't eat it, but if you're a spectator coming to the class, what's the go-to food again?
So we've got a little bit of everything, but the pulled pork is great. We have pulled pork nachos and then pulled pork sandwiches. Our food crew does an outstanding job with it, and it's like I said, we smoked about 3/4 of a ton of pork this past weekend. So that's the fare everybody likes. But we have a little bit of everything. We have food vendors come in. We have local groups that come in and have various things to eat. So we've got a little bit of everything for you.
Yeah, 120 pork butts. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, I think it ended up being 150 when all was said and done.
And if I remember right, there's a pancake feed on Saturday.
Yep. Saturday morning, the fire department's having a pancake feed until 11 o'clock in the morning. So all you folks that are going to be in town watching or competing, you'll be able to run down to the fire station. UTVs are able to go into town, so you can zip down there and help support our local fire department.
Dylan Dirk says, so wish we could make it this year, but lost a motor this weekend. Hospitality and everything was amazing there last year. Thank you, Dylan, for saying that. Because
thank you, Dylan. I saw his post that their motor went down. That bummed me out because I knew we lost one there.
Yeah, losing motors sucks.
They do.
Makes you want to cry a little bit. So,
and that, as far as that goes, I mean, anybody that's headed from the outlaw side, anybody that's headed down to Mound City, Kansas for Paddocks Bowl and Saturday night, if you don't have a hook Saturday night, you're more than welcome to stop by. I'm sure Bill would love to have you guys.
You bet. We would love to have you come down. I think a few of the 4-1s.
That's what we did last year.
Yeah,
that's what we did last year. Yep.
Yeah, Mound City's only about 80 miles from McLeod, so we would love to entertain all the 4-1 guys again. I think there's some 2-6 guys that are going to be here and then go to Mound City. So everybody's welcome.
Yeah, because let me think. Gibbon is Friday night for Outlaws, Bill, and then Moville Saturday. And I know some of the classes aren't in both of them, so they can be some crossover. Then Paddocks Bowl is Sunday, one of the few Sunday pulls. So
yeah. They always have a Sunday pull down there, and they've done it for years and do well with it. So I commend them for sticking with the Sunday night, and they have a great event.
Yeah, I gained like 8 pounds this weekend last year, Bill, after your puller meal and then the puller meal down in Mound City. It was hard on the belly. So I just saw that picture.
Yeah.
That's good. We want to make sure everybody goes home full.
Yeah. Again, flipping through some of Cody's pictures from 2022 from the Kansas Summer Nationals there in McLeod. It's a great venue. Again, hospitality, the track, everything you want in a pool happens right there. And is that Laura? Yep. Laura and her hubby. The hardest working woman in pulling right there. So
she's a dandy. She'll be there both nights, so we have a great crew. The Western Series puts on an awesome job. They do a great job, and we'll have some Nebraska Bush people down helping too, and Missouri State crew will be there. We've got really good track crews. We're lucky.
Awesome. Cody, what'd you just send me, buddy?
I just sent you a video, the promotional video you can play later.
All right. I got 5 more minutes left for Bill before we jump into full pull, so I'll go find it quick. Hold on. Keep talking, Bill. Sorry.
So the classes, I think we kind of had difficulties in the beginning, but we'll have Champions Tour, Pro Mod trucks both nights. We'll have 2-wheel drives, modified tractors, which would be East Coast rules. They'd be the same as Outlaw rules both nights. The Fleet Performance 2.6 diesel trucks, Missouri State light pro fields, and then we're going to sanction with Western Series and Nebraska Bush. We'll have the 8500 light limited pros, and then the Tough Wireless Pro Farms. They will both be co-sanctioned, and then those classes are both nights. And then on Saturday night, we will add the light limited supers on the Western Series. We'll also add the 4-1s, and then the 3.0 diesel pickups as well. And the 4-1s and the 3.0 diesel pickups will also be co-sanctioned with Nebraska Bush. So we're going to try to mix it up and bring a heck of a good show here.
I'm excited. It's
Good.
It's always one to look forward to. And
Cody, is there any music in here that's going to get me in trouble?
Yeah. Well,
Should I mute it?
I own the licensing, but yeah, they'll probably dock you.
They always nail me. I don't want them to kill. We got a lot of people watching, but that whatever.
Yep. I'd mute it. It's fine.
These stupid music deals.
Part of the reason I sent that is it's like maybe like halfway through when you get it pulled up, you can see the venue and see what it looks like from an aerial shot from a drone.
What I'm going to do, Cody, is I'm just going to silence it. And they'll still nail me, but at least we can keep talking while we show the video. Because I remember this is a really cool video. You get a chance to see it. It's 3 minutes long here. So again, talking to Bill Petrie, promoter, Kansas Summer Nationals this Friday, Saturday in McLeod, Kansas. So this is a cool video of the grounds and everything like that.
So our little town's about 800 people, 850, and we grow it nearly 10 times that size. Not quite that much, but we grow it by a tremendous amount. And it takes a whole community to put that on. We have members that are from neighboring communities. We have tons of not-for-profit groups that help us out, and we try to help them back. It really takes a village of a lot of good hard work from a lot of good volunteers to put this on. And we couldn't begin to thank everybody that helps with it, because it's a regional event. Syngenta has been our naming rights sponsor for the past several years. We have tons of sponsors that we would love to talk about, but the list would be so long. So if you're on our webpage, you can see the sponsor list that scrolls across there, and I just don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah, you guys got it.
Is Bill breaking up on you guys, or is that just me?
It's just on your end because you're trying to play the video.
Okay.
You guys,
I got my hardwire going, so.
Yeah, you guys have a great crowd of people that help. Talk a little bit about what time the poll starts, what time people can get in the pits, some of that stuff, what costs to get in.
Yeah, so the poll starts at 7 both nights. The gates will open at 3 o'clock on Friday and noon on Saturday, and the pits are open to the public. So you guys, once you're in, you pay to get in. It's $20 on Friday, $25 on Saturday, or a weekend pass is $40. And once you're in, you're in. You can mill around in the pits and check out all your favorite pullers. We do ask that everybody's out of the pits by the time the pull starts. We'll have you go back in the seating area, and then once it's over, you can go back out there. We allow coolers in if they're 14 by 14 by 14. So you can bring a cooler in, and it's $20 for a cooler. So you can get 30 cans of your favorite beverage in a 14 by 14 by 14 cooler. So you won't go thirsty if you do bring a cooler.
That's the that part right there. And this is still before the pull type of thing. So yeah, you've got plenty of parking out there on the hill in the south side of the track. You've got haulers up on the top and then along the way, and it's just kind of a neat place. And that tent there on the southeast side of the track, that's where you've changed a few things up. But
yeah, it's more than double the size that it's been in the past. So we were able to move that tent to the east about 50 feet and to the south about 50 feet. So it's a much larger footprint that's going to allow our sponsors to have a lot more viewing and seating area in there. It's a much needed improvement.
Are you guys still doing the car show too this year?
We did not do the car show. Normally that's in June, and we had conflicts with some other car shows, so we did not elect to redo that. Our thrashing bee is always the third weekend in September. So it'll be then, and then we do haunted hay rides in October. We'll do those the 2 weekends prior to Halloween. So those are our 3 events that we do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's the only time of year I get to see.
Cody, did the person flying this drone have their license?
They did, because it was this guy on the screen.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just picking on you because you always give me crap, so it's all good. So
I've never been
awesome
in
place,
town.
you guys. That really is cool.
Yeah, Cody did some really good aerial footage ahead of the event. He did an awesome job there. I have never been in town before the poll, but I guess traffic's backed up. Usually there's 3 highways coming into town, and I've heard it's been backed up out of town in all 3 directions coming in. So I guess it's kind of a neat thing to see. I've never seen it. I've always been down on the track getting ready, but I think it's kind of a fun event for our little town to have.
Yeah, and there's not very many people. We talk about size of events. How big is McLeod?
About 850 people.
Let's say it's not a very big town at all.
Yeah. Yeah. We draw from a big area. We're west of Kansas City, about 30 or 40 minutes, east of Topeka, about the same. We're north of Lawrence. We have Atchison and Leavenworth. So we have some big cities around, but we draw a lot of fans from western Kansas, northern Oklahoma, southern Nebraska, western Missouri, southwest Iowa. We draw from a very big footprint.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Bill, thanks for coming on tonight. We really appreciate this. Good luck to you this weekend. I'm glad the weather's gonna hopefully work out for you, not be so stinking hot. So
yeah, thank you. We'd like to dial up a little bit cooler temps, and you guys have all been there, so you know what it's like, and we appreciate the kind words.
Well, I'll plan on seeing you Friday and Saturday, Bill.
All right, Cody. You have a safe trip, and Jason and Ryan, you guys have safe trips wherever you're going, and thank you very much for the time tonight.
thanks, Bill. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
Great event, McAuliffe, Kansas, you guys, this weekend. Not a lot of big pulls in the great state of Kansas, I don't think, guys.
Not to
Big
that
ones.
size. I mean,
No.
the one thing about McLeod is, Ryan was that 3 years ago. Probably 3 years ago. That Ryan said, "Hey, I'm going to McLeod. Do you want to come?" type of thing, and Bill didn't know me and from anybody, and tagged along with him type of thing, and they treat you like family no matter who you are, and they understand it from about everybody's perspective, from a spectator to a puller to media crew, and that's kind of unique. So
OJ.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you really going to let somebody drive the two-wheel drive truck at Bowling Green, or is this a prank?
We absolutely are.
Charles thinks it's a prank. He sent me a private message. He thinks you guys are messing with people. So
I'm bitter because I was promised I could drive it next.
Mike, ever since you ran into me at Troy, Missouri, now I've had some neck and back issues, OJ.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you're telling me I'm not ready, Jason?
yeah. Well, I don't know. No, you probably could.
I got to
do better than Chase, right? That's what we
I
pick
got
on
to
him all the
stop
time.
hitting people in the parking lot, and if that happens, yeah.
Great show so far tonight, guys. We talked with Rockwell, Iowa, the North Iowa Nationals this August 3rd through 5th. Utica, Wisconsin this Saturday, August 5th. Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the 4th. Bill Petrie from McAuliffe, Kansas, August 4th and 5th. And now probably one of the coolest things ever. What else is what Charles Simons, they waffled that or they raffled that tractor off? I'm trying to think of something this cool. I mean, we've talked about letting people ride in the sled, but you're going to drive a super modified two-wheel drive truck at the biggest.
People have ridden in the sled. Like my kids have ridden in the sled. Like that's not, I mean, it's a treat. Don't get me wrong. It's cool, but bending the stem over, that's another deal.
So OJ, you're like, this is not a joke.
It's going to happen. We got it approved. I didn't ask too many questions because I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, it's going to happen. This is no joke. We're going to let you drive the two-wheel drive, but even on top of that, we're going to pay for your hotel accommodations, and we're going to pay for your tickets to get into the venue. So it's a real thing.
So, Mr.
What session? So I can start stacking the deck now. What session?
We haven't figured out the session yet.
Because like I got my hometown fair like Saturday and Sunday. So if it's earlier in the weekend, I'm gonna pound in for this.
Okay, we could try. I mean, we could try to influence the session, Charles, and make sure.
No, don't do that for me because now I've already given voice to it, and you'll get all kinds of crap now that I said it.
Yeah, but it's happening. It's definitely happening. It's 100%. You can start putting your entries in now. Of course, you can enter the easiest way, which is playing some of these competitions. So in Rockwell and at the PPL pool in Hillsboro. But then there's other ways too. You can follow us different ways. Jason's scrolling through. So, downloading the app gets you entries, visiting some of our social media pages get entries. So even if you don't want to play the games, it's fine. You can enter in some other ways just by checking out content, referring friends, etc. So yeah, it's pretty much a free to play sweepstakes. You get your entries in, and we're going to automatically generate a winner at the end. And then on top of that, we're giving some other prizes away as compensation picks. So if you're close, but you don't win, you still get some great full pull swag.
I hope somebody gets it, honestly, because if I do, everybody will say it's a rig. So I hope somebody gets a chance.
Hey, OJ, so finally, the Apple Store. Apple said yes to full pull. That has got to be a great news for the full pull camp.
It is. The liberals let their guard down and let us in.
I figured it had something to do with Elon Musk changing from Twitter to the X. I thought maybe that was what put it over the top.
Right? Yeah, they couldn't. We fought them as long as we could. It took weeks and weeks, but we're in the Apple Store. You can find us now. It's sort of a ground zero app right now where we're putting some results in there. You can follow our content, but most of all, you can play the games that are available throughout the rest of the event we're going to be at. Become Bowling Green. Not only are we going to go live with this contest. Not with the contest. We're going to go, we're promoting the winner of this two-wheel drive full pull town experience. But then we're also going to be rolling out the next iteration of our app where you'll be able to follow a larger amount of the PPL Outlaw NTPA events live, all from one app. So we're pretty excited about that as well.
So Mr. Pulltown Nut says, OJ, if I win the contest, no breathalyzer test. So that's the first one. And then he said, this is the guy that wants you to come by his campsite and drink some beer with him.
And we're going to. And look, I'm still learning, but I don't think there's a checkpoint right now for a breathalyzer. So we're not going to insert one.
I beg to differ. NTPA will have a lot to say about that.
Marvin just texted me from the tech of NTPA and says, yes, they're going to breathalyze. So
okay. All right. Well, there you go, Mr. Pulltown.
We're joking around, everybody. Yeah. Mr. Pulltown Nut is a big fan of our shows, and he's very proud of his Busch Light banner and his Busch Light campsite. He's invited. What's your campsite again, Pulltown Nut? Because we're going to put that on the screen. We're going to have you send us a selfie of drinking a beer with OJ after he drives the truck. But seriously, OJ, I can't believe you guys are doing this. This is like the coolest thing since sliced bread. The fact that it's the largest pull in the world, without a doubt. Nobody can argue that Bowling Green is the king of them all. And then the chance to drive the truck. That's just awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I didn't know. Of course, I don't know the complexity of pulling one of these off. So when someone brought up, could this happen? I said, they were like, is this something you think would be cool? And I'm like, absolutely. You don't. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a great experience for someone. We're really excited about it. Of course, this is what we want to do more of, is bringing more fans closer to the sport, give them the ability to participate in every way possible. So, this is what we could get together sort of on short timing this season. But if this goes well, I'm really excited about what we could do next year.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I'm really excited about that. So again, 7 ways to enter picks to a full pull contest. So between now and then, OJ, all I got to do is play the game. That's it.
Correct. That's it.
Or I can download the Full Pull app.
Yep.
Okay. Visit Full Pull on Facebook. Follow at Full Pull on TikTok. Visit the Full Pull on YouTube. Visit Full Pull on Instagram. Referral friends for extra entries, and bang. So you can get you could do all 7 and get 7 entries. Is that how this works, OJ?
You could do all 7 and get 7 entries. If you could just do a couple, depending on what you're comfortable with doing. We're trying to give people multiple ways. We're trying to give fans multiple ways to enter. So if you don't want to take the time to enter one of the contests, that's fine. You could visit some content. You could, again, I think you can even enter just by referring friends, meaning you could just send, you could just email friends and say, hey, check this out. So we want to give people multiple ways to enter. We don't want to sort of close this in to just one group. So lots of ways to enter. And the other benefit is some of these you can enter multiple times. So like to enter picks to a full pool contest. Like I said, we're going to be in Rockwell. But after Rockwell, you can also enter via the Hillsborough contest too. So really super easy.
So it looks like the games are already up for Rockwell.
It is. Yeah, we got them open today, and we're going to keep the session 1 games sort of like we did in Chapel Hill. We're going to keep the session 1 games live going into Thursday night, and then following that, you'll see the Friday and Saturday sessions start to populate.
Have the prop picks been pretty fun so far? Like have the fans engaged with it?
Yeah. So the big challenge, the grand prize games of course are our most popular games because of the grand prize, but the prop games are the second most popular.
Okay.
And they're fun. They're a lot of fun, and we keep mixing up the questions. So one of my favorite things with the prop picks lately has been these head-to-head games. So we've been doing stuff where it's one, in a class, it's one puller versus another, or we're doing these teamed sort of head-to-heads where you can actually we'll put 2 pullers versus 2 other pullers, and based on here's an example.
Yep.
Yeah. So based on where they do collectively, you can win. So lots of different games, and we're sort of simplifying the experience.
This is fun. Roos made a comment earlier about there was a local poll in Wisconsin with a bunch of stock pickups and how many drive shafts would break on the stock pickup. See, that was going to be a prop pick for that poll.
Yeah.
See, this is cool. What brand of tractor will the winner of Superstock Open Class be driving? Agco, Deere. This is fun. What brand of tires will be on the vehicle of the winner?
Based on body or motor?
Nichols or Mayhill? What do you want there, Charles? What brand of tires?
I'm going back to Superstock Open based on body or motor.
Where was I'm assuming body, right?
I don't know. Do we need to? We may need to add that to it.
Oops, shoot! I keep going by it. Dang it! Sorry, you guys. Head to head, team up, team. What brand of tractor will the winner of the Superstock Club? So basically, what he's saying, OJ, is that's a component chassis.
Yeah.
The curtains don't have to match the carpet. I'm assuming you're going to go with the sheet metal. Would be my guess.
I would assume it's the sheet metal, but I will clarify.
We'll check with Mr. Pulltown Nut, see what he wants, what he believes. Charles, Nichols or Mayhill? Which one will win two-wheel drive tires?
Nichols.
Which Simon says motorsports vehicle will have the best finish in the two-wheel drive kart class? This is fun. Dodge, Loud and Low, Dirty Pearl, Thor, or Simon says Chevy.
Yeah, go Dirty Pearl there, Jason.
Okay, my bad. Total mini rods that will roll over or finish on their side. That's our sloths going.
We haven't hit the over on that yet.
Yeah. Total number of sled resets for all combined sessions. Class with the furthest distance pulled in session 1. Whatever one that Joe Ader's in. Oh, they don't have unlimited on there. Oh, session 1. Say Superstock Open. Send me a romp one out there. Andy Leonard says, he's watching on YouTube. I pulled antique tractors, so a supercharged engine shouldn't be a problem. That's awesome, Andy.
Sounds like a nice fish story to go along with your profile picture.
Yeah. Mr. Pulltown Nut says, what was the question? I was on full pull making picks. That a boy, Mr. Pulltown Nut. That's what we like to hear. Time when the last vehicle finishes their run to complete session 1. Man, you guys have thought of it all, OJ. So this is fun.
Yeah, the tiebreaker is the shortest distance, not the longest distance. So.
Oops, I should have read my question. I'm just trying to show.
It's fun. Yeah, that's fun as well. So yeah, I mean, it's like, trying to make it easy for anybody.
There'll be games for all 5 sessions, right?
All 5 sessions.
And what I have noticed is like you leave the games open until the class actually starts, right?
Yeah, we push it back, so it's hard to get the timing right, but we're on location, so as classes finish and we're going into the next class, we'll make sure we push classes back. So if you're there and you haven't played all the classes and you're getting into it, but maybe you lost the first couple, as long as the next classes haven't gone off, you can still play.
Yeah, that's cool. So we've had one entry since we've had you on, OJ. Those we need to do better than that, guys.
Working. No, it's working.
Working. So 9 days left. So rock through Hillsboro. Hillsboro is going to wrap up the Bowling Green, the full Pull Town experience.
I
think
that's right. My dates, you know how it is right now in season,
Yeah.
but yeah, August 9th is the final. So it won't be through Hillsboro, right?
Bruce, what are the dates on Hillsboro? 11th and 12th, I think.
11th and 12th.
Yeah.
So we'll be
I'll be there.
shy. We have to, again, we know that this is a shorter window, but we have to obviously make we got to make sure we contact winners. The other thing I haven't mentioned is we're going to make sure someone gets in a 2-wheel drive. So if someone happens to enter that wins and they're like, hey, this is great, but you know, I don't want to drive the 2-wheel drive, we'll go down to the next person. So we're going to generate all the winners in sort of a list. So somebody will get behind somebody will get behind the wheel. We're going to make sure it happens.
Drive the full pull 2-wheel drive in Bowling Green, Ohio. The full Pull Town experience includes driving exhibition. Oh, it's an exhibition run. Okay,
Yep.
Cool. With the full pull sponsored super modified 2-wheel drive truck at the National Tractor Pulling in front of 50,000 fans. 2 weekend passes for all 5 sessions. That's worth the price of admission right there.
Absolutely.
Hotel accommodations, full pull swag, including special hats and goodies. Interact and network with all of your favorite drivers and stars of the sport. Now, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, OJ.
So we need this to go. We need to get the message out there. Share this. Make sure your friends know. Make sure your neighbors know. We need to get this out there. This is a really cool deal. We want to be able to do it again.
So right now we're at 379 entries, OJ. What would make you happy as the boss man at full pull?
How many people are in the United States?
Charles, Cody, Ryan, what are some ideas to get this out to the masses?
I mean, you guys have been good at it so far. I guess I don't know how to tell you to do it better.
If the winner of the contest breaks the truck, are they responsible for repairs? Oh, shoot. Better than winning the lotto, Brenton Rogers says.
I think one way where you're going to have to make it work is honestly like for within the city of Bowling Green, the locals, where you know a lot of people certainly travel to that event, and the insiders we all certainly know, right? But to get the wider draw, I think you're going to have to go local and figure out how to make that work.
So the cool thing, Charles, is we're putting some press releases out. We've got that in the works. We're going to have some big, nice digital billboards over Bowling Green, Ohio. That's gonna have the fan experience advertised on there. But you know, would love again to do this sort of from the grassroots side of, you know, we want to make sure we've had almost 3,000 users play the games this year with full pull. So, you know, just making sure they know about it. We're going to send out, you know, some emails and stuff. But I think we've been quiet. We announced it sort of impromptu at in Fort Recovery. But so we're going to make sure that we really bombard the full pull list, followers of NTPA and stuff. I think the biggest thing we'd love to see is the diehard fans that have been following and supporting what we're doing and supporting these organizations. You know, we'd love for them to participate so they have the chance to do it.
I would say, and Bowling Green is like one of the few events really that just involves, I mean, it's just a destination for even for pullers from all associations, OJ, as well as fans. You know what I mean? It's not just NTPA fans that go to Bowling Green, it's pulling fans.
Yeah, awesome.
From all over the country. So I think this is exciting. Now that this announcement was made, we can really start pounding it on social media. And for all of you that are still watching the show, please share this round, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And it's exciting that the Full Pull app is now on the Apple devices, the iPads and the iPhones. I think that's going to help a lot as well.
Yeah, it helps. It helps. I've answered a lot of questions of where's the app at. So it's nice to have that taken care of now.
And then like my registration here, like it says already, you know, I've used 2 of my 7 by downloading the app and then enter Full Pull contest to pick. I can unlock 5 more entries. So that's kind of cool. Gonna need
not
to see all
not
of
to
that
be
stuff.
not to be a bear, but if I can't get logged in the iOS app, but I can get logged in with the exact same login on a web browser, how do I fix that?
With the iOS app, but sorry, I don't know if I caught all that, Cody.
I've got the iOS app, so it's saved in my Apple passwords.
Oh, yeah.
I can log in through a web browser, but if I log in through the app, it says not found. User not found. How do I fix that?
Don't know. You could probably send it to me. This is a third-party sort of sweepstake because it follows like some sweepstakes regulation. So if you do have an issue, reach out to us. Like Cody, you could send that to me. And if anybody else has an issue, definitely reach out to us via email or contact, and we'll get it fixed. We can manually log entries on our end, and I expect that to happen. And hopefully we'll have tons and tons of entries that we need to log over the next week and a half. So if you do run into any issues, anybody out there, reach out to us on social or contact, and we'll get it fixed. Well, we want to make sure all of your entries get, they get put into the system.
Well, I've played from the web browser all the time, but since you said it's out now, I was like, I downloaded the app and went to log in. It's like user not found. I was like, well, we'll go back to the website. But it's as you know, it's part of growing pains. That's something you go through that, not everything's going to be perfect and work right out of the gate. And that's, it's not something you get frustrated about because it's just, like you said, it's growing pains. We all been there.
Yeah, 100%. And we're obviously using some partners to integrate some stuff. So, some of these things we got to be careful about because real money gaming is one thing, but even when you get into things that are sweepstakes, every state has to regulate these to make sure things are fair. So, even with our app, when we're bringing the free to play games into the app, we're utilizing some third party services to manage that. So, again, feel free to reach out. I know, we try to do as good of a job as possible. With we ran into stuff sometimes. I think in Goshen where some people won some events, but the results sort of pulled in wrong. So we make sure we're here. We're making sure that results get posted correctly, entries get posted correctly, and we want to make sure everybody gets paid out accordingly. We've given out I think $12,000 in prizes so far this year, which is unbelievable to think about, but. We're averaging about 2,000 to 3,000 in prizes every event. I keep telling people, make sure you play because these games are paying out.
It's Jim Schwartzman says, OJ, thank you for the nice Visa card from the Rock Valley poll. So,
Jim, what'd you buy? Make sure you comment what you bought.
There you go. I like that.
It's
probably Starbucks, OJ, because the Poland fans are Starbucks fans.
Yeah.
What's the biggest winner you've had so far, OJ?
Well, so we haven't given out a grand prize, and I'd love to. I'm not gonna say it's not difficult. You got to pick a winner from every class. But our biggest prize so far has been $500. I think that was in Toma. Our biggest prize since then has usually been $250 grand prize a night. I shouldn't say grand prize, but top prize a night. The grand prize deal is very real. It's if you pick the winners of every class, you're going to take that home. There's no strings attached. But even if if in the event that someone doesn't win the challenge, then every one of those pays out about $500. So these things add up, especially these, with Rockwell coming up. It's 5 sessions, so that's a lot of prizes that pay out. And we're getting a feel for it. We admit we're trying to get a feel for it. So sometimes we'll come out of an event, we're like, wow, we gave a lot of money away. Sometimes we'll come out of an event, we're like, we wish we gave a little bit more away. So we're playing with the games to make sure that they're winnable, but they're still competitive. And we're playing with the prizes, most of all, just to see, what do people want? Everything's been sort of cash gift card prizes, Visa gift cards that you can use anywhere. But we're even starting to think about, are there other prizes in terms of, part of this full Pool Town experience is what if we gave away prizes like this, where if you win the grand prizes at an event, maybe we host you later on in the season, we pay for your travel and accommodations to a future event. So we're really trying to just get a feel for what fans want.
I think it's awesome.
It's fun, but it is addictive. I'm not going to lie, because it's like you know these people, and I have the most internal struggle, and I'm sure a lot of people do, but it's like you're really good friends with these people, but do you going to vote for them? You're going to vote for these, like back and forth. Like you want to see them win, but it's like it's an internal struggle. I'm not going to lie.
OJ, has there been one person that's done like well and like overall, like since this got started up in Toma? Like, is there a couple names that pop out to you? Where like, wow, these people really are studying hard.
I can't think of I can't recall the person, but we've paid out two people twice.
Okay.
Which is pretty amazing. Again, if you think about, I think the latest stat I looked at was 12,000 total entries, which an entry is it's not unique. So if there's 5 games, one person could have 5 entries, for example. But if you think about 12,000, we've had 2 people win twice, which is pretty impressive. Of course, Dan Mayer had an almost perfect pick coming out of Chapel Hill. He was 1 class short. So he picked, I think, 5 out of 6 classes right, which is pretty impressive. We've definitely had some class specific fans. So for example, in Fort Recovery, we did like a trifecta game where you had to pick first, second, third, and we had 5 people pick first, second, and third, which I thought was pretty impressive. It shows the IQ of some of these fans. So again, we're playing with the games, trying to figure out how do you make it competitive, how do you make sure you can win, but not too many people win. But yeah, there's definitely names that are already popping up that we're seeing they get close. They're getting close often.
Them 2 people didn't have ties to Hunter Biden, did they?
No comment, Andy.
No.
Derp.
Andy's on fire tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's on fire tonight. If you're watching right now, if you played the full pull games and the pick'ems, OJ's the guy. Okay, he works full time for full pull. So give some feedback. He wants to hear the good. He wants to hear the bads. That's the only way this gets better. And do you like the prop picks? What other prop picks do you want to see? Let's have some fun with this. And this is fun to talk about. So 9 days left. I'm going to refresh it, see if we get any more people, any more entries in since we've been chatting.
There we go.
Yeah.
4 more, Jason.
I like it.
Let's get that number. Let's set the bar at let's go for 5K. 5K total entries.
And I think 9 days left.
Achievable. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. Again, we're gonna be on premise at Rockwell. I'm super excited about that pool. I've heard great stuff. And we will help walk people through not only how to play the games, but we're gonna definitely be pushing the full pull town experience there. So if you're gonna be in Rockwell, come by, talk to us. We help people. We like to show people the games, how to play, try to make it as easy as possible. But I think we can get to 5,000 entries before the August 9th cutoff.
Is there a cutoff for the 2-wheel drive deal?
August 9th.
August 9th. Okay.
Yep.
And what are you going to have for the winner? There's rules involved with everything too. Like, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. What's PPE looking like to be available for that driver?
So, great question, Charles. I'm the marketing guy. So yeah, I don't ask those questions, but I know that obviously NTPA and the promoters are involved. They're super involved. This took us a long time to get pushed through. So they've figured out what they need in terms of fan safety, being able to make this happen. So we can follow up with you, but I know it was a top priority to make sure that of course the whoever gets to do this is going to be safe, and we're going to make sure we do everything we can to make this available for anybody that can do it. So they've worked through this. The promoters have worked through this. NTPA has worked through this, and I've been assured that they've made sure on there and that we're going to have all those covered off.
OJ, here's another one. I've had the same issue with the app as Cody. I've been playing on the website, but it doesn't recognize me on the Apple app, John Cassins. So if you want to check that out, do you want people to contact you through the website, OJ, or through the Facebook page? Where do you prefer?
I think to contact us on the website would be good, but really it's up to you. Contact us on the website. You can use this contact form. You can email us at info@fullpull.us, but if you prefer to reach out on Facebook, that's fine too.
I want to get you there. People are excited about this, OJ, and I know that you're still working through some of the bugs. I want to make sure. I'm going to send you a message right now. I love you.
We're a lean team. Thanks, Jason.
Yep.
Even after I wrecked your vehicle.
You only backed into me accidentally. It was not a big deal.
I just got a ding, so it just came through.
Okay, cool.
So yeah,
I really feel like that story should be told to the masses.
So we were in Troy, Missouri, and OJ and I were setting up for the outlaw hook, right, OJ?
That's right.
And I was following him over to the other side, and a big hauler was coming in, and OJ started backing up so the hauler could make the corner, and he didn't see me behind him, and he just kept backing up. So, and I thought he was screwing around because OJ, I consider him a friend now,
yeah.
And he loved to have my truck, and I said, "Whoa!"
But I redeemed myself because I pulled out, and 5 minutes later, I think I got a call from Jason, and I was like, "Shit." He's getting ready to chew me a new one. He simmered down and he's getting ready to chew me a new one. But then he's like, "Hey man, I need a couple cables. I need this and I need that." And I searched Troy, Missouri, do everything I could to make up for this. So
you did,
yeah. And
I will tell you guys, Outlaw Pulling TV has been the most humbling thing I've done in my entire life. When we split the teams up into two groups, and XLR cables and SDIs, and this microphone went this way, and that was one of the first weekends we split into two teams. And you get there, Cody, and you're starting to set up, and you're like,
Yep.
crap. And we're like hustling around. And
I went to a high school music shop to pick up cables of which I know nothing about, but we
used them.
We got it done, right?
Yeah, and I found out that long runs of SDI cable don't work well. I found that out in Britt, Iowa Wednesday night, the hard way. There's nothing better when it's 105 degrees and you run 350 foot of cable and then you hook up your cameras and it doesn't work. And it just makes you want to smile. You ran it underneath the grandstands up. Charles, this place has a legit IMCA race there. So we were up in that tower and the cameras were down on the track. They normally broadcast right outside. And now I know why they do that, Charles, but not old Jason. He found out the hard way, but I ran that wire. We zip tied it, Charles. I thought I was the man. I was a moron. So,
in fairness, you followed it up by gathering our A-frames the next day.
Yeah.
And within a 1 hour window, somebody came and took them all.
Yeah, banners and I have found out this year with the Outlaws and with the full pull stuff, banners and A-frames. People like to just borrow that stuff. I think there's quite a few garages that have some Case IH banners and full pull banners.
Hopefully somebody's sitting out there watching this with some Case and full pull banners in their garage.
Yep. Yeah. So, OJ, are you bringing the full pull ton experience T-shirts and gear to sell at Bowling Green? Talk about what you guys give away at the full pull trailer or the merch. Talk about all that, please.
Yeah. So we don't sell a thing. Which is great. We're bringing in shirts. So if you've already downloaded the app, or if you haven't yet, you can come to the booth. We have shirts. We have koozies. We just picked up some new stickers that you can put on your toolboxes. We'll have some hats and stuff available. Jason, of course, has been there. So part of the cool experience of coming to the full pull event space is we do the live streams before each session. So you can watch the live streams. We've also been putting them up on the NTPA video board. So now you can listen to them. If you're a fan, you can listen to them from your seats. So yeah, we're not really selling anything. I'm glad, we had people in a Fort Recovery asking, but we're not really selling any merch. We're trying to give some merch away and just get the word out there. So we'll have plenty of that available in Bowling Green. I also think Mr. Pulton Nut, we talked about the fact that we're going to have the camera crew there. We've got 2 XLs, don't you worry. We've got the camera crew there. We're going to be going out to the campgrounds. We're going to have our boy Walker, the campground correspondent, hanging out with us. So he's going to, we're going to come visit some of the spots. We're gonna hand out some merch there, but then also.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
First of all, it's an excellent sport, and we have made a lot of very good friends. Well, they moved us over here. We used to be over there. We had water, and we'd bring a pool.
It's a full pool exclusive. So what's your favorite class?
Light limited pros.
Can you give us an example of what that sounds like? Now, what are we cooking right here?
Well, we've been cooking brats, burgers, bacon now. That's about it.
Adam Bauer, Peyton, Iowa.
If you don't know that name, you don't know. This is a big time mother right here. Can you give me your best impression of a badass motor?
Never gets
OJ,
old.
there's going to be a lot of editing. You thought you had to edit Toma video. Charles, tell
I've heard
OJ
it.
about the campdowns in Bowling Green.
You are gonna have to have a really, really quick finger on the bleep button, and maybe even a really good like obscurity blur out function that can move with in the frame to keep up with everything that's going on. Just saying.
That's why we're bringing the whole camera crew. I've heard the rumors, and I'm pretty excited. But yeah, I can't say I know what I'm getting myself into.
You're gonna find out.
Just probably the most fun you've ever had, OJ, probably.
I heard I'm going to have to take a week off to go and a week off after to recover.
Yeah.
More so on the latter.
Yeah. No, I mean, OJ, this is one of the events that people literally like, they take 2 weeks off from work, to go out there and then kind of like to Charles's point, I'm not going back Monday. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it was cool the amount of fans I talked to in Fort Recovery that, of course, there's a lot of proximity to that area. And one of their first questions was, are you guys going to be in Bowling Green? So they're already, they're there enjoying the pool, but they're already thinking about Bowling Green. It's already on their mind.
OJ, what's this quick pick thing on here?
So it's like if you play the lotto, it's the same deal. You can go play the lotto and you just say, give me 5 quick picks. If you just want to enter the game, but you're like, I just want to get my picks in, or maybe it's down to the wire. You hit quick pick, it'll do it all for you.
So quick pick picked the Superstock Open winner, and it picked Ruttendeer 2, Glot, and Glot.
Yeah, this is our trifecta game, which is pretty cool. It's like horse racing. So this is a new one. We just rolled it out, and you pick the first, second, and third place.
Distance of the winning pole round to the nearest foot in the event of pull off. They like to let them run at Rockwell. So 357. No, that's not for a pull off. Here we go. There we go, 349. Matt Carter says Holt Strickland, taking his North Carolina boy there. This is fun, OJ. I think just the more people find out about it, the events. Being at the events really helped. Chapel Hill sitting there talking to people, that helped a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah. I've never been to Fort Recovery, but I know it's a big deal. So
Fort Recovery was great. Great event there. Beautiful. The hillside is beautiful. It was packed. We were in a great location. It was our second most popular event so far, which is really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean they've all been great, but Fort Recovery was a great time. And of course, I'm looking forward to Rockwell. I've heard a lot of great things. So, but yeah, I mean, again, games are live. Session 1's live. We're gonna be following up Session 1. So if it's Thursday night about midnight or about midway through Session 1, Session 2 will go live, and on and on and on. So there'll be games throughout the entire weekend experience, Thursday through Saturday. So no reason not to play. It doesn't cost anything. We're going to award money. I love that it's summertime fantasy football. Andy, we've got more coming. I mean, again, this is version 0.1. So we're already looking at what 2024 is going to look like. More fantasy-like experiences, more ability to hopefully, I can't talk much about it, but, bring in some real fantasy-like wagering like you would see with football and things like that. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we're learning. It's important to know what the fans want. It's important to know what the events want, and we'll just keep building on top of this. That's why I love this. Is again, this is all built from the inside out. You get a lot of these types of you get a lot of these types of sports games or sports media companies that come in, and they're coming in from the outside in. You look at what FanDuel has done or what DraftKings has done, and these are investment groups with money coming into a sport. That's not what we have going on here. We have people that are involved, and getting feedback from poolers, getting feedback from fans. We're trying to create this from the inside out.
I love these comments. John and Diane Castens here. I will email Full Pull. Thanks. I've sent a link to all my friends and family. We all need to grow the sport. If everybody that's watching, and we still have quite a few people watching, share this. Share this with your friends. This is fun. It's free pick'em games to win real money. I mean, people, how much you said, about 12 grand you've paid out, OJ, so far?
12 grand so far. Yep.
Timothy Wolf, big pulling fan. He's watching on YouTube. He says, throw up a side bet. How many beer cans under the Northside grandstands by Saturday night? Tim, I think they would do that if you count the beer cans.
I was going to say, I love this. I love this, but someone has to count the beer cans. So some of the volunteers will do it.
John and Diane Casson says, see you in Rockwell and Bowling Green. Mr. Pulltown Nut says, OJ, I'm ready to quit my job and come work for Full Pull. You know what? Be careful. Be careful what you say. Oh, there, Mr. Pulltown Nut.
It's a lot of work.
I really thought you guys were joking about getting to drive a truck in Bowling Green. Because that's, I don't know, that's like the coolest thing I've heard. I mean, that's everybody's dream, to drive a pulling vehicle at Bowling Green. Like Ryan's famous question is, which vehicle would you drive and where would you drive it? And we hear a lot of Bowling Greens over the years doing this show. So
yeah, it's going to be cool. I hope it goes well. I really do. I think stuff like that is again what we need to bring in more fan engagement. Not that they're not engaged enough, but I'm totally for how do we get them closer to the sport. So yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that they were able to pull it off. I had nothing to do with it other than a little participation in the idea, but it's really cool.
We're up to 387 now, so we're growing. So
I want to add in here that last week I was in Miami and I went and got a haircut at a barbershop, and talking to the guy that was cutting my hair, he's a huge sports betting guy, and I was like, "You ever heard of truck and tractor pulling?" And he goes, "What?" And I was like, "Tractor pulling." So I had to talk to him and show him videos of what it is, and I told him where to go to get signed up to log in and actually play. And so it'd be really cool if you could actually follow up with him and be like, "Hey, this guy actually logged in from Miami, Florida, and what actually played." So that'd be kind of unique. But yeah, no, it was fun. Trying to get people from outside the sport that know nothing about truck and tractor pulling to come and I mean, that's what they enjoy. I mean, it was this big deal. He's like, I don't want to work on Sunday because I got to watch the bets. It's like, well, you might not want to work on Friday or Saturday or maybe every day of the week if you start truck and tractor pulling betting. But it was a lot of fun. So yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I love one of my favorite things so far, and again, I'm an outsider, but showing people from the outside the sport, period. They're in awe. They're like, I cannot believe this. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I really want to reinforce the fact that this is about growing the sport, and the idea here is that everybody that follows the sport loves the sport, and it's a good sport that is about good. It's about family. It's small town USA. Not always, but it's and that's why I'm so hooked on growing it, because it's a very rare sort of breed of sport left in the U.S. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Really excited. Thanks for everybody for engaging tonight with OJ and everybody from Full Pull. It's been fun. We're gonna get that up to 5,000 entries, OJ.
Yes,
we're
sir.
gonna work hard on that to get that. I think this is kind of, you haven't made your press releases yet, but we got quite a few people watching still, so this is good, and it's a good way to get the word out. We've had looks like, I think 8 or 9 people do. I think it was 379 when we started the show, OJ. So
we just need some of your TikTok viral videos, Jason. We're good to go.
Yeah. Cody, we got a Doug Meisinger scrappy video doing really good on the full pull TikTok. So it's pretty neat.
Oh yeah.
So, well, because Chase is always telling me the mini rods are the best class in pulling, and I've told him diesel super stocks are. So OJ got an awesome startup video at Chase at Fort Recovery. It's got like 1,000 views, and let me check where Doug Meisinger.
Yeah, and then Jason lapped us and made sure we knew that his video lapped the mini rod video.
We have a private chat, just like you, Cody, have a private chat with your fellow media guys.
Yeah,
I have one with OJ and.
I shot that, Jason. I was so happy that I used my phone properly, and you put me back in my place.
So we're at 73,000 views on that one so far. And but Cody, you know how TikTok is. One will go and one won't. I mean, it just is what it is, but it's fun.
Yep.
It's just fun that it's a diesel super one and it's right next to a mini rod one. That I enjoy that a lot.
And it is a cool video, man. It's cool. So I'm glad it's taken off. We need more of that.
John and Diane Caston says, been camping at Bowling Green for 23 years. The only challenging thing in the campground is internet. We need Starlink to make pics. Only about 30,000 cell phones out there. Laugh out loud. Yeah, no, that'll be. Yeah. We've noticed that when we get into events and Starlink's all good, and we use Starlink with Outlaw Pulling TV and Beer Money Pulling TV, and OJ uses it with Full Pull, and I know the NTPA is using it now as well. Yeah, it's always something. Technology's great when it works. So, well, cool. OJ, do you got anything else, buddy?
I don't. Again, come see us in Rockwell. Super excited. So come see us.
Yep. Free T-shirts.
Free T-shirts.
Free can koozies. Just download the app, and you get a chance. You get entered in. So you get entered in automatically. All you got to do is make picks, right, OJ, with your registered account, and you're automatically in, right?
That's correct. Not only does it count your entry, but without getting technical, we're actually going and looking at all the email entries and loading those in. So we're just making sure it's not going to count you twice, but we're making sure if you enter in, you're going to be entered into the full Pull Town experience. So you will, if you play the game, you're going to be entered, no doubt. But like Jason showed you, there's other ways to enter as well. So,
Cody, it sounds like you and I should take Wi-Fi out to Bowling Green and sell it, Cody. We could make some money. Be a good side hustle.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
And then, OJ, I won't be in Bowling Green. I'll be in Wisner. Doug will be out there, and Hope from my team from Beer Money. But you make sure you hook up with Pull Town Net and take a selfie and send it to me, because this guy, he's had 100 comments on the show so far tonight. So we got to make sure.
We absolutely will. Chase and I are excited to meet Mr. Pull Town Nut. He's built himself up, so I hope he's prepared to pay it off. His
YouTube channel is called Mr. Pull Town Nuts. I think he's pretty legit. So
looking forward to it.
Andy Leonard, he's been on. See you in Bowling Green. I'll be there with a fire suit and a helmet ready to pull. That's awesome.
Let's make it happen.
That's awesome. OJ, thank you for doing this. Thank you for growing the greatest motorsport in the world. And you have a good night, buddy.
Thanks, Jason, Cody, Charles. See you all later.
Thanks,
See you, bud.
See ya.
I thought they were joking about this. Cody, I really did. I got a text message. I thought it was a joke, but this is pretty cool because our group chat's pretty sarcastic. So I wasn't sure that this was real until they showed it to me. So
that's it's kind of exciting.
I don't know what could be cooler. And I'm not just saying that. I'd be like legit. That's pretty neat.
Personally, I want to drive a diesel truck.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's a 2.6 3-hour super stock diesel. I don't care. I want to drive a diesel truck. That's on the list.
I got a lot of people sending me messages during the show. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to run a show and type and keep up with comments and stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all good. I'll get back to everybody. Big week, Cody, and pulling. The Outlaws, I was out. We had 9 pulls in 4 days last week. It was insane. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we had 3 on Friday with Heartland. We're getting better at Outlaw TV, Cody. It's still coming, but we're starting to make some. I want to get to that level where I feel like where Mab TV was, Cody, with the cool leaderboards and stuff like that. Ryan Zolik does an amazing job with all the graphics for his stuff that he does, and we've just been getting good at shooting a good show. And now we're starting to play around a little bit, and Cabling's tough, Cody. I mean, I never knew. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot these last 4 days. I really did. Very, very. But the pullers appreciate it. I love having that wireless camera, Cody. I get right up in there. I've had a couple people push me out of the way on crew members, but I'm bigger than most of them, so it's been fun. It's been fun. I really enjoy it. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to get some of that figured out and figure out where you're going. And I was at Friday night was after a debacle of flights and canceled flights and delayed flights out of Fort Lauderdale. I never thought I'd have to sit in an airport because of flash flooding to where you couldn't see the wheels on an airplane driving across the tarmac, but it happened. But I had Friday night. I made it back for West Fair, Council Bluff. It's a Western Series PPL, and then Saturday night was Atlantic, Iowa for Western Series PPL hook.
Okay.
So that's where I was at this weekend.
I did. Friday night I was in Wayne, Nebraska. That awesome event. They had new grandstands, Kevin Davis, and then filled it up. It was a hoot. They did a $5,000. Remember, you've met Dennis and Eric Anderson. I'm pretty sure they have Anderson Farms, big fans. They did a $3,000 shootout. They brought back the top 5 4-1s, and it was $3,000 winner take all. 4 young guns and Novak won it. And I said that when they were at the end, we were interviewing him. Ron was. I said, Novak, if we add up the age of these 4 other kids, they're not as old as you. It was Novak. You know how he is. He laughed it out. So. Andy Leonard saying he won't get a go. No, you're going to get to drive the full pull truck, like full RPMs, Andy. They're not gonna neuter it. Chase won't do that. So
no.
And then Saturday night was Lamar's, Iowa. That's the home of Blue Bunny. First or second biggest county fair in the state of Iowa. There's like 48,000 people that go through the fairgrounds, Cody. They said on Saturday. And
I can promise you that it's not Lamar's, Iowa's be number 1 because Clay County's number 1.
Where's Clay? Is that Spencer?
Yeah.
Okay, I think they said it goes back and forth, but I'm not sure. I'm just telling you what I was told by the fair board people. So
yeah.
But Spencer's the big one.
Spencer's a big one. I mean, it's real estate wise, I guess I don't know about spectators, but real estate wise, like Clay County is huge.
Yeah.
Clay County. I've been told Clay County is about as big as like some state fairs, as far as like real estate wise.
Yeah.
But in spectators, I don't know. But Iowa State Fair is one of the biggest ones in the nation. I think Texas and Iowa State Fair are kind of the 2 big ones in the nation as far as how big spectators. But there is a stupid amount of people that go to Iowa State Fair. I can tell you that. But,
oh yeah, I remember. I don't even want to guess the numbers again because I was there for the poll last year. I'll be there again this year, but it's crazy. Got to work with Mark Ham Friday night and Wayne. Awesome photographer. Like you and Ryan and everybody else does a good job with the sport. I love seeing the bond, Cody, that you guys have made with the pullers and how much I love seeing the comments, like when pullers say, thank you. Adam had a winner video up from Kentucky, Brandenburg. And one of the Victoria Phillips said, Adam, thanks for what you do for the sport. It's neat to see comments like that because Adam has devoted his life to the sport and making great content, and he's doing it. He's making a living. It's awesome. So good to see so many people out there doing that and taking that chance to really chase it. So it's fun to see all of that. It's I really feel like the sport's growing, Cody. I really do. It's been a good year. Been a good year for spectator growth. I was in Britt Wednesday night, Iowa, and then Pierce on Thursday. It was hotter than holy hell, Cody, at both of those. But they still had good crowds, for weeknight fairs. But then Friday night and Saturday night was packed. And then Lamar's, it was a lot more comfortable, Cody, Saturday night. I don't think I was that far from you. I don't know where Atlantic is. That's up in that corner, kind of out by me, I'm guessing. So.
No, Atlantic's down by me.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's an hour north of my place.
Council Bluffs is Omaha, though, right?
Yeah, just on the east side of Omaha. Yep.
Okay. So I wasn't too far from you on Friday night, I don't think, then.
No.
But then Saturday.
Wayne's a good show, but when you're, an hour and a half from your house type of thing, it just.
You can't do them all, dude. You can't do them all. And Mark was there. We got some good photos. It's all good in the hood.
I was the only one from Council Bluffs for photos for that.
Okay.
Western Series PPL. So,
and shout out to all you social media and digital creators, because it's one thing to go and get all the content and then get home and that's where the overwhelming part is. To really put good stuff up. It's freaking time consuming. A lot of late nights.
I hit the wrong button, so I'm going through and trying to cull the library so I can add more stuff in, to the library and edit.
Yeah.
And I deleted over 4,000 pictures during the show tonight, and I hit the wrong button and added them all back in the library. So I got to go back through and delete all 4,000 again. But there's, and I've got, I need to go through and cull the library type of thing, but I'm sitting with over 44,000 pictures in the library, and you go through and cull images. Cause there's a lot of events throughout the year that you go to, and they keep adding, I was talking about, not too long ago is, there's 583 pictures from Rock Valley. There's 263 I just added to the Polaris Championship, but when it's a part-time third shift job without a lunch, it takes a while to get through all the pictures that you take and edit them. Cause we sit through and edit each individual picture that we take. So it takes some time. So
did you really show the barber the full pull app?
Yeah.
Miami?
Well, I didn't show him the app. I showed him. I showed him. Told him about it and showed him like the picture videos of what the tractor pulling is. Because he was a huge he's Sunday sports bettor, and I was like, hey, you need to check into this. So it was kind of fun, but yeah, no, I sit in Miami and I needed a haircut, and I had a little time to kill on Tuesday night, and I was like, I'm gonna go like a block over from my hotel to a barber shop, and I was like, I'll get a haircut, and so yeah.
Yeah, it's been, I think the rollout's gone good so far with everything that I've seen. I know they're working through some tech stuff like that thing you pointed out, but that's going to happen. And OJ's a wizard, man. He'll get that figured out and talk to everybody about that. I love hearing the fans say the biggest thing, and I've heard it over and over again. So, there's diesel fans and then there's many, spark plug fans, right?
Yep.
And they typically that's when you go to the concession stand when so many people are staying now and watching the class because they have a pick. You know what I mean? And it's funny, like if somebody gets the first 3 classes right, my phone blows up. People, my buddy's texting me like, hey dude, I got the first 3 right. There's 3 classes left. Chapel Hill, man, my phone was blowing up from my friends going, wow, I got the first 3 classes right. And then they missed the last 2 just totally. Because the Zarian truck won it that, I think Ike won it Saturday night and everybody picked Jake and Carmen Foster. You know what I mean? It's fun. But it's hard. I think I overthink every single pick. I mean, a lot of times I'm in a hurry and I just want to get my picks in. That's why I asked OJ about that quick pick thing.
Well, you heard me say that it's hard because you've got some of those people that you've built really good relationships with that, as a photographer, at least you've built really good relationships with, and you really want them to win. So like, do you go for those guys that, you're hoping and betting on the win? And I didn't mean to call them out and put them on the spot, but I just know that if I'm having a problem, I'm going to ask type of thing where somebody else that's may not.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals of if from me asking and him giving a response, they're more willing to get in there and play. They're not just going to be like, oh, it didn't work and not play it. At that point, they're like, hey, we're having this problem type of thing. Let's get it solved. And that to me is the only way it's going to keep growing. I mean, like I said, it's growing pains. That's all it is.
Yep.
So,
no, it's all good. No, they won't be butthurt. I mean, things happen. They need to know what's going on. OJ asked me, he'll text me a couple times a week. What are you hearing from people? You know what I mean? And it's good to get comments out there like that. I know they're passionate and I know they care, but there's no Larry Richwine joined the team and he's the ex-tech director for the NTPA for a number of years. And he's going out now. And that was a smart play for Chase to bring him into the team to do the shows when he can. From a credibility standpoint. And that was the one thing that Larry has talked about. There's no roadmap for something like this. There's no, hey, this is not a franchise, Cody. You know what I mean? This is a ground up restoration, if you will. And it's different and it's fun. And I know they're challenged with certain things, but it's fun. I just love it. Everybody asks me why I'm so excited. Oh, you're probably getting paid. I'm like, no, I'm not. Anything that's doing well for pulling to grow the sport. We call this show Let's Grow Pulling. And we have promoters on that pay us to promote their events. It's also a business. But we've been doing this for 10 years. And a lot of people watch our shows, and a lot of people have had their biggest crowds they've ever had. And we have a small part of that. I know we do, just by our social media presence. And I'm proud of that, because why not? We're the newspaper now. We're the radio station. We're the TV station. Social media we have that respect now, Cody. And it took us a long time to get to that level. I think about this 24 hours a day, how much I love the sport and I want it to grow. And, and that's what, and I don't want to have a rant like Roos does, but I hate it when I hear somebody say that puller's a baby, or they're a whiner. They're not, you guys, they're not. They just want to win. People, you don't build a $200,000-$300,000 pulling machine or more, right? Some of the big ones cost $500,000 for money. You're not doing it to go win money. You're doing it because you're competitive and you want to win. So if something's not right with the track or something, they're passionate. They're into it. This is their life. And when they show some emotion, let them show some emotion. It's fun. Everybody liked NASCAR, right, Cody? When somebody crashes and somebody jumps out the window and they go try to beat the other guy up, right? I don't know if I necessarily want that in pulling, but in NASCAR or in drag racing, people, they show some emotion. I mean, John Force is he's done very well, but he's got a great personality. You know what I mean, Cody? That's what we need. Like a Jeff Hurt. I love him. A Tyler Slaw. They happen to be mini ride guys. They're both crazy. I mean, Jeff has an unlimited super as well, but they wear their emotions on their sleeve. If he's happy, you're going to know it. And if he's pissed, you're going to know it. It's not personal. Get over it.
Yep.
So really, when you see a puller get excited or they're disgusted, it's because they're pissed, because they spent a lot of money and they worked hard. And it's not just the money, Cody. It's the time these pullers put in. And it's right now, it's hard. Night after night after night, you're away from your family. And we did some full pull exclusive interviews that are going to get shared later in Chapel Hill. And Robbie Russell said in 1989, Cody, he was out for 60 straight days. Mm-hmm. That's a commitment. That's a commitment. So
time. Well, when you run or own your own business, you understand very, very well time is money. So
it's crazy.
Where are you headed to this week?
Rockwell.
Rockwell.
Yep. I'll be I'm gonna hang out with the full pull gang a little bit, help with promote some of their stuff, and then we're taking our merchandise trailer out there, and then I'll be helping with the social media for the North Iowa Nationals. Doug and Mackenzie will be with me. Chandler's going to Mondovi, Wisconsin. They have some garden tractor pull. That's his hometown, Cody. Yep. They have some tri-state pulls Friday night, some garden tractor pulls, farm stock pulls. And then Doug and Hope are going to Gibbon, Nebraska Friday, Mobile, Iowa Saturday, and then Mound City, Kansas. I get that screwed up because of Mound City, Missouri, Mound City, Kansas, and McLouth. But that Sunday after Bill Petrie's pull down there, and that's a home of Tyler Paddock and Megan Paddock and Brent Paddock. Yep.
Mound City, Kansas.
Yep, Mound City, Kansas. It's a really, really fun show on a Sunday, and it was. I mean, I saw you at McLouth last year. It was so freaking hot, Cody. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, I'll be at Springfield, Nebraska on Thursday night, and then Mound City or McLouth Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so. Cool. So yeah, let's please guys check out that full pull town experience. That is so cool. I mean, all you gotta do is play the games for a chance to drive a super modified two-wheel drive truck in Bowling Green. That's awesome. I really thought they were joking. This is super cool. It is officially on there. So, yeah. Well, Cody, thank you for hanging out with me. I know Charles had to do some show prep. I know Ryan had some stuff going on. Everybody's super busy. Doug's out east helping his daughter move down to Baltimore, I think, for her job, nursing, or she's like, what's the step below a doctor? Nurse practitioner?
Yeah, PA.
Yep. Something like that. Don't quote me because I don't know 100%. But it was great seeing everybody last week. Again, Wayne, Nebraska is a destination pull. It's a hoot. I mean, awesome hospitality, great facility. Lamar's, Iowa was great. Britt Pierce had a good time there. Pierce, Nebraska was just a small town, Cody, just outside of Wayne, but they put on a nice show. And Hogs came out with unlimited, or is it Big Temptation and
Little Temptation, Big
Temptation. Yep, we had seven light supers, so that was pretty fun to see them out there, and the fans really enjoyed that. So,
something was interesting that speaking of them is they made the comment of It was a random fan at Mound City, Missouri, who made a random comment that they're talking to the house that we never had one sled reset at TPC, and they had, out of all the years that they've been pulling, they've never seen that an event that we didn't have a single sled reset. And I thought that was kind of unique. That the house, had noticed that and made that comment type of thing. But that was kind of unique.
Yeah, honestly, I never even thought of that. And I never thought of sled resets so much until Full Pull started doing these prop picks. And you start sitting, you're going, wow, how many sled resets will there be? I think Chapel Hill, I think they had the over-under at 1.5. Yeah. And I know they reset it for one class. The Pro Stocks, maybe? I'd have to double check. That's hard on tech officials, and people don't understand that because they know how hard it is on a vehicle to have to come back. Like the diesel supers, if there's only 8 of them, that's hard. But there's 25 Pro Stocks, obviously. And the Pro Stock numbers are way up this year on the Grand National because of PPL and they lost the Lucas Oil thing and then have some of those schedules out. So, but it's been fun to see Kevin Masterson come to some of these events and pull. It's been good for that class, Cody, for the growth of it. Been fun. Right. The best of the best has been together. So, cool. Well, good luck. Have fun in Springfield and McLouth. And I'm going to do my Rockwell, Iowa thing. And the rest of the team will be doing Outlaw TV, and it's going to be fun. So
that'll work. Well,
all right, I'm gonna share some Full Pull campground videos again because those are as funny as all hell.
Sounds good. We'll see you later.
All right, thanks for doing the show tonight, buddy.
See ya.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
First of all, it's an excellent sport, and we have made a lot of very good friends. Well, they moved us over here. We used to be over there. We had water, and we'd bring a pool.
It's the Full Pull exclusive. So what's your favorite class?
Light Limited Pros.
Can you give us an example of what that sounds like? Now, what are we cooking right here?
Well, we've been cooking brats, burgers, bacon now. That's about it.
Adam Bauer, Peyton, Iowa.
If you don't know that name, you don't know. This is a big time right here. Can you give me your best impression of a badass motor?
August 3rd through 5th, prepare yourself for 5 big sessions as we transform Rockwell, Iowa into a playground of power. The Rockwell Lions Club hosts the North Iowa National, presented by Graham Tire and Service Stores. Witness 14 big classes of NTPA ground-pounding excitement. August 3rd through 5th, Thursday, 6 p.m., and Friday and Saturday at noon and 6. Advanced discount tickets available at RockwellIALions.com. Kids 5 and under are free. Get your tickets at the gate. Voted Grand National Pull of the Year 2 years running. See RockwellIALions.com for more. Be there.